Hi guys, this is Sam Reaper, and you're watching BJ and DG Wrestling Talk Show.
Welcome back, everybody. BJ here with a beard. DG over there.
What is going on? Great day to be hybrid, huh? But also, let's introduce real quick. He's not Pete the Wall Peters. He's Pete the solo SPO guy, Peters.
Real quickly, didn't we use Sam last week? Why are we using him again? Get out of here.
Because he's on the show this week.
Showed up.
That's ridiculous. We had him open it up last week as well. We need some new openers. Yeah, we need some new openers. You know, I'm tired of some of these guys that you keep using. They also need to be a part of a certain team.
That sounds like a you problem.
Yeah, it is. Very much so it is. There ain't no way around that one.
But no, we have a lot to talk about from this week in indie wrestling.
Oh, hell yeah.
We have Hybrid Jump the Shark to talk about. We have Sideshow Pro to talk about. That happened as well. And BJ wants to talk about some ISPW. And then I'm going to talk, after all that, some Juggalo Championship Wrestling and just give my thoughts on Bloody Mania 19 that occurred at the Gathering of the Juggalos this past week.
And don't forget, we'll be previewing a little bit more of SHP and this Friday's event.
Yeah. Yep. That being this prize, Superpower Summer is over. And then also, as you said, what would you do? Super Havoc Pro. I love this graphic, by the way, with Sean Anderson and Connor Claxton.
It did make me chuckle earlier. Mike Jr. posted.
Hey, come on, man! I made my commentary.
No, there is a very specific reason we need to cover that.
Yeah, and it's also my commentary debut. Thank you very much.
Very true, but also Hamilton. It was Jump the Shark too. Let's get that right. Like, come on, if you were live on YouTube.
Well,
yeah.
I love it.
Pete, why'd you put that up?
I have no access to technology. What's up, Tara?
Welcome.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we had a very interesting week of action at Hybrid Jump the Shark. Oh, well, let's not forget as well, Mother Endless and Sam Reaper will be joining us soon as well.
Yep, more Hybrid on the stream.
Well, Pete, don't you just feel like you're on the losing side of everything?
Nah, man.
At this point?
Even Luke Skywalker felt like he was on the losing side, but did he ever go to the Sith? No, he did not. He stayed and he fought until he died.
Yeah, he stayed and fought until his nephew decided to turn heel and he tried to kill him and put himself on a planet all by himself with a bunch of aliens that didn't bother him.
So he still, still made out in the end, it sounds like to me.
And then he trained a Palpatine. Come on, man.
Yeah, but that Palpatine was the one that dethroned. Hello, Dutara. Welcome to the stream.
We're back now on Star Wars Talk.
I am now the solo SPO guy, as you can see from my name this week, because as far as this stream goes, you guys are both hybrid. Danny's hybrid. Now we've got, Sam, who's kind of been like a bastardized fifth. And Cowboy.
Look, the movie's been, if you haven't seen the movie by now, that's on you.
Yeah, dude.
Spoiler rules have gone out the window. Like your hardcore title reign.
Oh, damn. Why do you have to play him like that? And
this
is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Rick effing Blade. That's the reason why I'm still Team PWU, SPO. Rick Blade, Billy Gold, Twitch. Well, I want to say Kid Legend, but He's been giving me weird vibes lately, man. I don't know. I don't know. He's messaged me some cryptic stuff here and there, and I'm just kind of I'm trying to see where he's at right now. You know, I followed the lore of the Green Ranger as a youth, so I'm a little
I see where you're coming from with that.
you know,
Absolutely.
I'm a little
We understand
nervous.
the lore.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous right now.
Damn right, Team Hybrid.
Who's Joe LQ6CN?
Doesn't matter. They're Team Hybrid. That's all that matters.
It does, so I need to know who to beat.
Who to what?
Down.
Who to make a meme about, calling them a mark?
Marky Mark and the hybrid bunch. I had a lot of fun making that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I bet you did. I bet you did.
Even the Marky Mark song, like I didn't even know that existed. Like that song that says, you know, Marky Mark. When I found out, I was just like, cherry on top.
Hey, Rick, listen. I still have respect for you, brother. I still have love for you, even if I'm on the other side of the line.
Man, look at that.
It's
avatar.
okay. I understand the allegiances. I get it. But all I'll ask is, are you truly on the winning side? Would JP have won that title without your help?
We
That's
know what
all I'm
BJ
saying.
thinks. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Rick
scrolled
knows.
the wrong way. I scrolled the wrong way. My bad.
We need to just have a compilation.
Yeah, Rick knows. JP would not have won that championship.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we are happy to welcome them into the family.
You know, I was very
Especially after
confused by
they-
that one.
Especially after they endeared themselves to us last week on this very show.
Oh, it was great having them, but you know, when I see high fashion, I don't think hybrid wrestling. I'm just going to be honest.
You know what? They've put the work in. They've showed that Killer Instinct. They've showed that ruthless side. Why not?
Excuse me one moment.
Uh-oh. We have lost the Danger Ginger. Well, with that, I don't know if you want to talk ISP to open this up before we have, you know.
Yeah. So let me bring that up.
Yeah.
This isn't so much about the actual, and I brought this up last night on stream, but it's a different crowd in that stream. But yeah, this isn't so much about the matches or the content of the show, although I have to say the show was amazing. I live
was the
streamed
show
a bunch
again?
of ISPW Legends of Wrestling.
Okay.
I live streamed a bunch of the matches from our Facebook page. If you're interested in seeing them, go ahead. BJ and DG Talk Wrestling on Facebook. Check it out. Scroll back a little bit, and you will find there's there's two six-way matches, I believe, and I forget what else I live streamed. I haven't taken a look back, but there's more than that. Anyway, yeah, just a very scary experience I had. It was right after the opening match, and I heard the rain start to intensify, or not the opening match, the pre-show match. Heard the rain start to intensify, and went out and went to the window that overlooks the ocean. Big, huge glass window. You could see lightning over the ocean, and everything was crazy. Next thing I know, voice over the loudspeaker. If we could have everyone to the back of the arena, so they're trying to figure out where to put everybody. And this place has a glass ceiling, and the rain is just beating down on it. I'm looking at this thing like, wow, this could go at any second. I'm looking around, and other people are saying the same thing.
Oh, I'm sure.
But then I'm thinking, we've had worse rainstorms. It sounded terrifying, and eventually they got everyone into this hallway and then into a ballroom where it had a solid roof. Still not the best place to be, but at the same time, there's hundreds of people packed into this ballroom, and the vibe was yeah, Nicole was there. You were outside the ballroom, I believe. But yeah, the vibe in
Hi,
there
Nicole.
was interesting. People like laughing, joking, having a good time, and then some people just like sitting there like looking terrified. Very interesting experience. I got to give 100% props to not only the staff of the Wildwoods Convention Center, but also the security. They kicked ass. They understood the assignment and they did what they had to do. And it was an amazing show. Otherwise, I got to have a short conversation with Sandman, which was one of my heroes growing up watching wrestling, which was awesome. Uh, Lots more, but that was just like the one thing I wanted to bring up.
Excellent. Well,
Yeah,
that sounds like a pretty crazy time, man, but also sounds like it all remedied itself. You had a phenomenal show.
That picture that I sent in the group chat, if you zoom in, I was telling Ginger last night, if you zoom in, you can see Flying Ryan. It's like he's there, like somewhere right in the middle, but like you have to like zoom in and find him.
well, speaking of Flying Ryan, real quick, he made his AEW Collision debut this past weekend.
Yes.
Control Chaos was on Ring of Honor as
Right?
well
Like,
for taping. So keep
Dude.
an eye out for that in the next week or two. That should be airing.
like this has been incredible to see all this.
Mark
awesomeness.
Raspa was a and Griffin McCoy were security guards on Dynamite
So was
during the women's
Mark
segment.
Raspa. Oh wait, you said Mark
I
Raspa.
just
yeah.
that's the first name I said. Do you not pay attention to the show at all?
No.
In his
When,
defense, he
You
when you're
won.
talking, I heard the trees breeze.
You would.
Yeah, dude, it's so great to see these guys that we see around, and like, we get to see their matches up close and personal and have conversations with these guys and have them on our show. So great to see these guys like dipping their toe into the big pool, and getting
Exactly.
that like first experience on television, it's amazing. And I wish them all the best.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and like I said a little bit later, I'll talk about Juggalo Championship Wrestling, the two shows they had this week with their Lunacy episode, which was to go home for Bloody Mania 19. Just some of the towns that were on there. Dijak was on there.
I saw, yeah.
Which he was a part of Big Vito's team for all that. It was Mickey Knuckles was also on, I think it was Lunacy the night before.
Who will be appearing this Friday at the Pro
Oh,
Wrestling Star
yeah.
Festival.
I also saw that, and
What?
Mia Friday put Ruthie J down and did not waste any time. That match had to be less than
Wow.
5 minutes.
Wow, that's what's up.
That's crazy. Yeah, I didn't even know that they fought.
Yeah, I actually had a message
Thinking
from
Texas.
somebody that told me that they were getting ready to have a match, and I had just gotten home at that point, so I threw it on. I was like, well, that was quick. But Mia Fry's an absolutely amazing talent for her age, and she's going places.
Yeah.
She's a beast,
definitely,
dude.
without a
She's
doubt.
a beast in the ring. Like, watch
Yeah,
out,
oh, yeah.
anybody.
And looks
Yeah.
good doing it.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to talk about some of the JCW stuff later. It's not going to be a lot I have to say.
Do you want to talk about it now while we wait for our guests? That's why we were kind of covering the ISP to kind of, totally
Yeah,
your
I'm
call
just-
if we should just jump the shark or.
Yeah, I'm just making sure everything's in place and that they are ready to go. Making sure to see everybody on their cams.
Hamilton Jr. Absolutely. Wait, there's 3? What? I know, I saw your post.
Dude,
Yeah,
I forgot about it.
I mean, let's be honest.
I forgot about it. I almost left it off. I totally forgot. I went
No,
to
no,
Cage
no, no.
Match and saw, oh, yeah, that's right.
But that's something I would like to talk about later in the show as well, is that specific post. But at this time, it is my honor and pleasure to bring on and returning guest of this show, newest members of Team Hybrid, Mother Endless and Sam Reaper, better known as Day of the Dead.
Hello. Hello.
Greetings.
Hello.
Welcome.
How
Thank
guys-
you for joining us and making time for us today.
Mother, you're sideways.
It's hard when you're in the upside down. Occasionally you're a bit disoriented.
Makes sense.
And I'm right now in human makeup, so I'm not letting you see that right now.
That's
I'm
fair.
disappointed, Sam. Can't even show your face.
Oh, don't even try to start. All right, no one should
Sam
definitely
shows his true face every time he steps in the ring.
exactly.
Well, Archives is probably your biggest fan now.
Yeah, I guessing he is very
Yeah,
happy.
you beat
that-
up Amadeus.
Yep.
You're number one in his book automatically.
Hey, it's just business. It's
It's
just
just-
business.
Speaking of business, let's get down to it.
Guys, I mean, we've seen this rivalry between Day of the Dead and Hybrid that's, spawned off in that first initial match with you versus Face. And you earned the respect of Hybrid. After
Yeah.
that match, we saw it here, we saw it there. Gotta say, it was very, very surprising. I wasn't there. Yep. I wasn't there Friday, but I was watching live. And when that moment happened, I was shouting bloody murder at my laptop.
I mean, we just
So
saw on
what
your
made you guys
post.
do it?
We saw on your
Oh,
post that you were
Hold
mad.
on. What was that, Pete?
What made you guys do it? What made you guys jump ship and finally,
Hey guys, do you
guess-
mind if I answer this question real quick for you?
Of course. Yeah.
I think that might be most appropriate.
So, let's run down some history real quick, shall we?
Mhm.
As you said, one of the battles that have been had was with Sam Reaper and Face. Mother Endless, Sam Reaper, Day of the Dead had been the front line from day one. Where was their backup? Where was Freak the Mighty, the PWU champion, Pat Dynamite, and Billboard Billy Gold? Where were the PWU tag team champions, the backseats? They had each other's back at one point. Why didn't they have their back? And now, through these battles and appearances of people on our show here, like Skills the Great, gave them their respect. Jay George and the Hamiltons gave them their respect. So, as time went on, I took it upon myself to go speak to Day of the Dead,
Uh-huh.
especially after their own family did not have their back. And I'm talking the SPO tag team champions, Skull and Bones. I'm talking Amadeus, who constantly interfered in these situations to the point that Sam Reaper wins a number one contenders match and he makes it about himself. He never truly had their back. SPO and PWU never had their back, but they gained our respect. And just to remind everybody, when I called out SPL and PWU, they were the two I always gave respect to because they did not once back down from the channel. So, in the long run, I went to them. I went to the Hamiltons. I was a middleman. I brokered the deal to bring them in, to bring them into a company, onto a team that respects their hustle, that respects the effort, that respects the skill that they have in that ring.
Yeah.
And to be treated how they truly deserve.
Indeed. And I must say, although it was quite unexpected, it is something that is to be noted, that the mark of an intelligent person is one that has the ability to change their mind when new information is presented. And, well, when we gathered all the facts and we looked at the history, well, the choice seemed only inevitable.
And I want to say something. And Ginger and BJ, and also Pete as well.
What?
I have some question. I have a question for you. Who was the first people that started to challenge Hybrid. Who were the first?
We all know that was you.
Yeah,
guys.
but
we've said this week in and week out.
Yeah.
Even when this thing began, even just what Ginger said, it's always been you two stepping up for SPO.
Mhm.
But I was just surprised to see you jump ship, considering that you guys are such a tantamount tag team for the SPO Academy, but for the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. But
Well, I think that is most certainly an interesting point that you make there, considering it has been an insistent request of ours, I would say, to be booked in these matches, to have these fights with other tag teams, and it has been quite difficult to have them arranged. It seems that time and time again we are passed over for this. And yes, so the business is the fight, of course. That's what we're there to do. And, if you can't do it one way, you must skin the cat another way. And we'll continue to look for all of those ways.
So, under this new affiliation, have you guys been promised more tag team matches as Day of the Dead? Is this something that's already been in writing before you even, shook on it and called it a done deal?
Well, I will say that it is professional wrestling, so the card is always subject to change. We never count any of these demon hatchlings before they've come out of their eggs. But the main reason, of course, is the principle of the matter. Why on earth would you scream into a void if you have a rapt audience or a good business partner?
Yeah, but now doesn't this kind of put you in an impasse there, Mother? Because for the past 2 months, I'd say, you've been cutting various promos, which we have all enjoyed, against the feral face, and now you find yourself on the same lines as your previous enemy. So where does that rivalry now lead us?
I am so very glad that you asked. And sort of in the vein of what I was just saying, if they won't allow you to get in and beat them, well, you might as well join them, yes? I think that is just basic wisdom that we all share. Now, it is not to say that I am not still longing for that battle, because it is something that I want, but I think what it is that everyone should know is that indeed business is business, and those that sometimes seem to be your enemies may end up your most valuable allies.
And let's be perfectly honest. Us here in Hybrid, we're a team, but we're also competitive. So having that competitiveness inside the team to want to have battles with each other, that only battle hardens the team as a whole and figures out who the weakest link could be.
Yeah, but the only time that we've seen hybrid versus hybrid was in that deceptive match between Alex Rivera and Connor Claxton, which turned out to be, in the end, just a work in itself. So,
yeah, but were they out there pulling their punches on each other?
No, but clearly at the end of the night, we saw the remedy of it, or we saw the outcome of it, not the remedy. Jeez.
So, Sam, well, since championships were brought
That's
up.
a good question. Hold on. Cowboy Pete asked a good question right there.
What?
Who are the Hamiltons more excited for? High Fashion or the Day of the Dead to be brought on? Ooh.
I don't think they'll pick favorites. No matter what it is, they will always support who they respect. That's the thing. They don't pick favoritism on their business. They know what to pick, and they ain't gonna be making it oh, this person's better than you. No, they respect each and every person that they see that is talent.
But I also saw another comment in the chat that was another valid point, and I actually brought this up in my Instagram story the other day. Sam Reaper, you are now on the same team as one of your most frivolous enemies in multiple dimensions, the one and only Enterprise Stife.
As Pete Carter brought up.
After Pickering for 20 minutes like an old
There it is.
Mary. Yeah.
Money talks.
Yeah, exactly. again, as Mother would say it in the ring from Friday, it's just business. We're here because we want a challenge. We want to fight people. And what does SPO don't do? They don't give Mother a chance for a match. They keep putting me into scramble matches or fatal four ways matches that I never asked for. And to be frank, we've been wanting mixed tag matches for so long or intergender matches, but guess what? Guess who doesn't give us it? Dirty
But
Don.
But yet, let's make something clear, and I will pop this graphic up real quick. This week on SPO, were Sam Reaper and Mother Endless booked for the mixed tag that they have booked? No, and for very good reason, I would like to add, because one, Sam Reaper has a match against JJ Smith for the Traveling Skywalker Championship, which he will be bringing home to Hybrid. But you can bring in outside talent by
Exactly.
not using your home talent.
This is the reason
I'm
why
not familiar with these guys.
this exactly.
I know who the girls are, but I don't know who the guys are.
But a point example, like as Senior legit told JP, you're bringing outsiders. You're bringing outsiders that I guarantee no one knows who they are. No one knows who Beetle was. They only came in once. Cosmic only came down what?
Twice?
Yeah. And guess what? They just got
I knew who Lucky
embarrassed.
Leon is.
What was that, BJ?
I knew who Lucky Leon was.
Yeah, so did I. And that
But
was
you-
her debut because she was wrestling out west.
He's just
prior to
talking
the
about
tournament.
the two wrestlers on this card. Lucky wasn't even mentioned, so.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying just he's mentioning these people that are just brought in. No one knows who they are. You
Yeah,
know,
they keep bringing in outsiders when keep in mind is this. We have students from the PWSA that have been busting their ass, and Ginger knows because they have seen the students from PWSA like trying to work hard and actually wanting to work, even if it's on side or if it's someone around in Mount Holly. But no, they keep bringing people from Flex Wrestling, from other companies that guarantee we're like, what? Why are they here in the first?
and the bottom line is when it's announced that it's a collab show with Flex, you see 3 cars in the parking lot when you pull up. When it's a hybrid show, you're lucky to get a spot in the parking lot.
Exactly.
I think that is a fantastic point. The people love hybrid. They want to see the energy that hybrid brings, and certainly is something that has attracted me to hybrid from the very start.
Exactly. And keep in mind is this: we here's a Mother has been begging for a challenge with Feral Face, but what happened? What happened?
Well, Sam, let me stop you there. I would not use the word begging, perhaps. There's
But either
I
way,
think that it might, but I have been shouting it from the mountain for many, many, many months. And like I said, it is much akin to shouting into the void, which is something that I only enjoy doing when I am in meditation. It serves no purpose from a business point of view. And I understand that you may look upon my corporeal form, which is currently all of about 150 US pounds, and not think that there would be an ability for me to be able to come up against the Feral Face. Yeah. However, the thing that I think the general booking committee as it is fails to realize is because they have not seen me elsewhere, because they have not given me an opportunity to have more than a handful of matches in the entirety of the time that I have been there. It makes it difficult to discern if it would or would not be a wise decision for that match to occur. Now, the respect that Hybrid had given me in regards to this was impressive to me. it seemed, although in one hand I was screaming into the void, on the other hand, the only exposure, the only ear I was given was the ear here on this podcast. And so, as I said, I had many reasons to be quite inspired to come over, but I understand Mother Endless isn't everyone's cup of tea, and I understand there are quite a few competitors who are legitimately frightened to step into the ring with me. And I can't imagine why it is just flesh and bones like everyone else's once you get under the mask and all of the gear. But unfortunately, they're all going to have to find out the hard way.
Hmm.
So now that you
As they
have,
should.
oh, go ahead.
I was just saying, as they should.
Also, I really I like what Tara said. That saying the hybrid show I saw was packed, which is true. They don't like they don't miss, as what the humans would say. They don't miss from from a show.
Hell, we can do it right now. Ready, everyone? Let's say hi to Danny in 3, 2, 1. Hi,
Hi.
Danny.
Hi, Danny.
There we
You're
go.
late, Sam. Come on, man.
All right,
Listen,
so now you guys are under this hybrid umbrella, and it seems like they're more willing to give you what you want. So I want to ask this question both individually and then with both of you as a team. So Mother Endless, Sam Reaper, who are your first competitors that you would like to, your dream competitors now under this umbrella? Like, if hybrid comes to say you want to match with so and so, we got it. We're booking it right now.
Well, I will have to tell you the same things that I told SPO when I was on this. I'm very adamant about this, that I have no desires. I don't have those dream matches. The only thing I want to do is get into that ring and have matches. The opportunity to create violence is the reason why I am here. And being denied it only contains more and more and more violence. And the first opponent that I have, should it be either singles or a tag match, it's going to be very, very unfortunate for them to receive everything that has been building up inside here. As a matter of fact, in the entire time that I have spent in the wrestling realm in the corporeal form of Mother Endless, I have never asked for one singular match, with the exception of the match with Fate.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now, Sam, how about you? Who would be that? I mean, clearly you're facing JJ Smith for the title this Friday, which, I mean, that's a long time coming in itself. But like, even if you do win this match, let's say, for instance, after that, who would you like to, take on after that? Who do you see as a dream competitor? Not a dream competitor, but a worthy opponent.
Well, it depends on if, like, I will say this: when I do win that match, which I will win, facing JJ Smith and taking away his traveling Skywalker championship, the only thing I really have to worry about at first is obviously the Fatal 4-Way. That's the one thing I definitely need to worry about. But if I were to pick a dream match, I would definitely say either Ryan Redfield, or known as Big Red, or Caleb Wolf.
All right. Two wrestlers we have not seen you in the ring with yet.
Nope.
So, and Ryan Redfield is a much, he's like a strong wrestling style kind of wrestler guy. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it'd be very interesting to see you two going at it.
I mean, I've seen, Ryan Redfield face Alex Rivera, Billboard Billy Gold.
One more time, who was that?
Shut up.
Alex
Solo.
Rivera.
Alex Rivera. Rivera. There we go.
Trouble. We have been working on a multitude of languages. It is essential that you must learn Latin, and a doorway to Latin is Spanish. So give the boy a chance to study.
Yeah. But
Hey,
but I'm not done. Those
you're
are the
done.
only.
You're done.
No.
You don't talk to him like that. He's done what he said he's done.
But I will say this. I know that those are the two people that I would definitely face because they're in the fatal four way for the traveling Skywalker. But if I were to pick one, I would have a respect match with a hybrid team person, a hybrid faction person, and that would be Alex Rivera.
Have you faced off against Rivera?
No,
Never.
only
Never has he
once,
ever.
and then that was it. But I would love to have a respect match with him and give him a chance. When I win the Traveling Skywalker championship, I will give him front row, basically be the second person in line to face me for the Traveling Skywalker championship.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that graphic pop up on it when you were talking about the four-way. I was like, who's even in this match? Okay. All right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would not want to be in
I
that match.
There it is.
I'm excited, very, very excited to see you versus Big Red. He is a competitor that I have respected for many, many years, and I enjoy seeing his strength, his power, his tenacity in the ring. Every time he steps in, he brings a kind of a nature that is just unlike most of what I see in professional wrestling these days. So I will say that is one that I am most looking forward to seeing Sam go versus on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And also, wait, hold on. I just saw that from what was it? Bloodstorm? Yeah, Bloodstorm Pro. Don't be jealous. He can roll his R's.
Don't tell me I live my life.
I can 35% of the time I try,
I can zero.
That's basically what you had to do.
but I'm not doing it right now.
Well, my eloquence comes with quite a few oral tricks, but we're most certainly not going to get into that conversation.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
no comment.
No comment from Mr. BJ.
Kind of zoned out for a minute there. So
Actually, I gotta be nice to BJ actually, since he is part hybrid.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I asked BJ that before we went on live. I was like, "Hey, man, now you're on the same team as Reaper." And
yeah, I mean,
but he said he never had a problem
There's always
with you.
been a respect there. He knows that I guess what happened like a month or two ago. He knows I was just trying to push him.
And he
I picked
did.
him to win that scramble.
And he did.
That's all right.
I have to agree with that sentiment that quite often that kind of negativity can push people to greatness. I have quite a bit of experience in this myself, and I often find when you have a kind of static or something that is standing in your way, or something unknown, something limiting, that is the time when you must dig down quite deeply to your resources, to your ingenuity, to your flexibility, and find new ways to acquire the things that you're looking for. And I think it can be an excellent exercise. So, as they say, the sticks and the stones, they may break my bones, but the names, they will never hurt me.
Exactly.
The names you just got to beat.
Oh wait, do we have to also answer the question for a tag dream match?
Oh, why don't you go ahead and take that one?
You know what? Mother and I have been dealing with this tag team.
Good grammar there, Sam. Good grammar there. I'm proud of you.
Shut up, you solo spo guy.
Hey, be respectful to Hybrid.
Hey, he said mother and I. I was applauding him. So much of his generation just doesn't understand proper grammar. It was a positive.
Yeah.
Don't make me send you to catering.
No.
But I will say this. Mother and I have been dealing with a certain tag team.
We have.
Very much.
We have.
And all I gotta say, no, they're part of the hybrid.
Yeah, Pete, didn't you watch last week? Jeez.
Yeah,
Who's there?
Pete, don't you pay attention to the show here at all?
But anyways, basically
Usually
the
with
answer
hardcore
I would want for a tag match is a family's ties, and that is Skull and Bones.
Oh, damn.
Hmm.
Love it.
Because
And
here's the
You know
thing.
what? I wouldn't mind seeing that neither, considering where were they when Mother and Sam were on the front line? Where were
Indeed.
they in Amadeus to come out and help?
Indeed, and there were several times, and one time in particular that I called for them quite directly. It was the night that they took the championship, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I called for them quite directly, and they did not come. They were nowhere to be found until I found them celebrating with their titles out back afterwards. It was week after week after week of them either not showing up when I needed them. And, after some time, I give everyone the benefit of the doubt, no doubt. However, after some time, the respect erodes. It absolutely erodes. They were not in it for anything other than themselves, just like Amadeus, just selfish. All they wanted were those belts. That was the only focus that they came in for. Even though we paid them, we tried to make them part of the family. We tried to make them bodyguards. I offered them any situation that would be quite comfortable for them in order for them to be part of what we were. However, to them, it was nothing. All they wanted was glory. All they wanted was gold. And now that they have it, they treat us as insignificant. So it is time now that we show them just how significant we can feel.
Mm-hmm.
To
Absolutely.
put it into perspective, you guys are fighting for your company, for the life of your company, and they're out there trying to win tag team gold.
Exactly.
It's time to just wash the hands of it.
I will say this. Respect to them for going out there and winning the tag team titles. But what did they have to sacrifice to get them? They sacrificed their family, the loyalty, to where they could have been chasing those titles and still coming out and having their back.
But they
Well, I'm sure
didn't.
they still have Amadeus.
I was gonna say, but they didn't
Who
give.
cares about Amadeus?
Exactly.
Wow.
But I will say this, but they didn't give us a chance. That's the problem. Hybrid gave us a chance because you know what they did? They put us in the main event with Pat Dynamite and Allison Red.
And what a respectful match that was. It was a
Very
great,
much.
wonderful competitors. I would have that match any day again.
Absolutely. But then after that, we have not been getting anything. That's what SPO doesn't understand. They don't give us what because they don't give us respect at all. Hybrid has been giving us the most respect.
So then explain to me this. Explain that first initial conversation that you guys had with the Hamiltons. Like clearly Ginger was, for lack of a better term, your wise man to kind of broker the deal between you and Hybrid. What was that first initial convo you guys had? Was that pre-Friday night or did you talk Friday night?
Well,
Listen, we
Is
can't
that even
give
any
away
of your
too
business?
many details.
Considering,
Certainly,
this is a podcast where we interview people about stuff, I think it is my freaking need to know, Ginger.
Listen. It is said often that giving away your strategy is probably the worst strategy that you could possibly have. And so, what we will reveal to you is that the conversations that were had were quite amicable, and we were impressed at how much we were aligned with the goals of hybrid as well as the frustrations of hybrid. And although unfortunately we cannot go into too much detail about our secret backdoor meetings, we will let you know that it was incredibly just I'm filled with gratitude, a kind of gratitude that I so rarely experience in this realm of pro wrestling, about how it felt for someone's ear to be open to listening to something a couple of skeletons might have an opinion about.
exactly. And keep in mind this. I don't know if you saw this, Pete, when I got interviewed by what was his name, Damien or Desmond. I don't even know what his name is. when I won from the triple threat from like facing Stife and MF and had a after interview, who actually shook my hand?
I can't say that I've seen that interview. Was that online?
It was on my post.
Was it?
Yeah, but you know what, mother, if you want to answer that, if you want to.
That those from Team Hybrid are the ones who shook the hand, and that is the long and the short of it. Is that here we are demonstrating over and over again exact moments in time when we were shown respect from Team Hybrid. And, if it were in my bones, I am so close to nearly an apology to Team Hybrid for misunderstanding them in such a deep way. I would say, I suppose, that I got caught up in the SPO hype and I believed words that came out of others' mouths before I observed the behavior of all the individuals involved.
Mm-hmm. And I did say this because me and Junior did have, like, some words to say beforehand. But, after when he shook my hand, after the interview, I actually, apologized to him and said, I am very sorry that, I got off the wrong foot. I thought you guys were the bad guys, but you know what? You're showing Mother and I true colors of what hybrid really is.
Us here at Hybrid, we appreciate good talent when we see it. And we want to do nothing but cultivate good talent.
And you know what's funny? You know what's funny though, Ginger?
What's that,
After
Sam?
after Mother and I turned on Amadeus and joined in with Team Hybrid, keep in mind is this: everyone, and I mean students, wants to join Team Hybrid. Like I'm not joking. I get DMs all the time saying like this: "How do I join Team Hybrid? How do I do this? Or how do I do that?" And I'm
It really
like,
opened the doors and showed all of those guys training that, it doesn't have to be the way it is.
"Mm-hmm,
Indeed, absolutely. And, I think that every time Reaper gets into the ring, he may be doing something as small as throwing a clothesline, and the crowd is cheering and chanting his name. It is just absolutely beautiful and joyous. And you know that everyone is behind you, Reaper, and the entire audience has your back no matter what. So it's no doubt that you've been getting all of those inbox messages where people want to be where you are, because who wouldn't want to be where Sam Reaper is?
exactly." But here's the thing: you can't be alone this one, Mother, because not only that, but keep in mind is this: I get told by the Hamiltons, and you know what, by BJ and Ginger, that they missed you in that ring. They miss you
My
because the amount of times that you tried your hardest to fight, and all of a sudden they keep putting you months and months. You know what Ginger always says? He always says this. He's like, "Man, I miss Mother Endless. We need Mother Endless back. We need her back because this isn't the same. It's just been too, like, this is getting too much and overbearing."
My heart, absolutely. Sam, my heart is so full of gratitude for that. And like we said earlier, I understand the amount of violence that is going to absolutely explode from every pore that is upon this corporeal form when I have the ability to step in the ring for a fight again is going to be just supernova life changing for everyone that witnesses it. And it's going to be uncomfortable. And I think that that is, probably back to that core reason of why individuals find it so difficult to want to book me for a fight, is because I make them uncomfortable. And I understand. I'm something that appears generally quite otherworldly to other individuals, but unfortunately, it is just my cross to bear. But I will bear it, whether it be with barbed wire and blood or just plain splinters. I'm happy to carry it for as long as I need to in order to take care of the business that is at hand.
Absolutely.
And that is why both of you are a perfect fit for hybrid.
Absolutely. And
You're
we
not
thank
afraid
you,
to get
Ginger.
your hands dirty.
And we thank you, Ginger. We definitely thank you for being our, I don't want to say wise man, more like a, what's it called? Like a bat giving giving notes to hand out, or letters to hand out to the Hamiltons.
Hey, all I'm going to say is I was in a position to be able to right a wrong. And
Hold on,
that's
wait. What was it?
exactly
What was
Yeah,
that
what?
analogy?
He was saying it was much like a bat. I don't know if you're familiar with the Sandman comics, but there is a character named Matthew who's a raven, and he works as a Metatron, sort of. He's a messenger.
Yeah.
One gets a word to another. I'm sorry, I know that we can be a bit arcane sometimes.
Well, I do know what Metatron is, but that was a deep cut on the Sandman comic reference. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm a comic advocate as myself, but
I
that
never
one went-
expect anyone to read Neil Gaiman nowadays.
exactly.
I mean, I mean, we didn't want to go for like, a dove, because that's like a base, basic thing
I
to
was your
say.
messenger pigeon.
Well, instead
There
of a
we go.
pigeon, you're basically a bat.
He was your stool pigeon.
Goodness gracious, Jen.
All right, Pete. You need to go in timeout.
You
Use
know,
your paper airplane.
please do not get me started on the virtues of pigeons, because that is something that I could talk with you all about quite at length. They are underappreciated, they're very hard workers, and some of them have beauty that is beyond compare. Should you ever be finding yourself walking amongst the multitudes in the city that is called New York, take some time to examine the pigeons. They are quite curious creatures. They're smart, quite a bit smarter. They can find their way better home, better than you or I. So again, I could say much about pigeons, but I will allow Tesla, Mike Tyson, both big fans of pigeons, both individuals that are fierce at what they have done in the world.
What?
Mike Tyson. Okay, nice. You know what? I like that. I like that, Mother. Don't be laughing, Pete. Don't be
I
laughing,
mean,
Pete.
listen,
Hey,
she
I
went from
mean,
like this super deep philosophical thing about pigeons to Mike Tyson and Tesla, and I never thought in my life I would hear those two names together in one
Hey,
sentence. So it was
welcome
more of a
to
shock and awe, Sam. I was electrocuted like Tesla's technology.
I'm just
Hey,
sitting here on the bench
welcome
with
to
Tesla
BJ.
feeding the pigeons.
Welcome to BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. But in the end, all that has to be said is I saw something that wasn't right, and I did everything in my power to right that wrong.
So in
And
the end, it's all about Ginger.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was all
why-
how's it all about me? I did the right thing, seeing two talents being damn near held down. For what? For what?
Speaking of
No,
which,
no respect being shown?
Oh, ooh.
You know, it often happens in professional wrestling that it's something they refer to as the ego getting in the way. And this is why I find that it is good to want little, and then anything that you get is an opportunity that you will be grateful for.
Mm-hmm. And also, you just got shout outed from Junior.
Thank you,
Shout out.
Junior. And I would just like real quick to put out my appreciation to the hybrid management for hearing me out about them and allowing me to broker the deal to bring them in.
Absolutely.
And as Mike Sr. said, I'd like to bring that back up. They're not the only ones I've spoken to.
Oh,
And that's all I'm going to say on that.
Yep.
Well,
That was what is that character from Doctor Who? They don't say like it's spoilers. You don't want to tell about the spoilers.
well, yeah, certainly don't spoil that for us just yet, or for everyone. But
Oh, no.
I would be interested to see, and I suppose, as I always say, I'm a very patient woman. I have always existed, so I'm interested to see what other changes will be coming to Team Hybrid.
Absolutely. I always expect the unexpected.
Uh-oh, does that mean that Tara is going to join Hybrid?
Dang, that means that she just betrayed the Backseat Boys. That's an interesting thing, huh?
Hey, she said she's bringing the streamers for when you bring home that World Traveling Skywalker Championship, the hybrid this week.
What a glorious moment that will be.
I feel like, you know what? I'm gonna say this, when I win, this is going to be a nice little marathon that I like to call, is called the Reaper's Checklist, where whoever wants to challenge me for the traveling.
Reaper's checklist, list.
Yeah, go ahead, keep saying it, Pete. Because here's the thing, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, support.
No, there's this show from back when I was a kid called Eureka's Castle, and when you said it, it just in my head it sounded like it was like Eureka's Castle. It sounded like Reaper's Checklist. So it was just my ADD acted up, man. Let me have my moment.
Fair enough.
We need a little animation.
But yeah, no. Basically, in the Reaper's Checklist, whoever I beat and still retain as the Traveling Skywalker champion, I will be writing down the people who I defeated. That's basically
kind
it.
of like what's in the Death Note anime, like the book they have.
Exactly.
Why are you out of beer?
Because he's BJ Drinks Wrestling, not BJ Drinks Beer. That's some other random schmuck on a different channel.
Different schmuck.
Whoa. Coming in hot.
DJ talks beer.
No, DJ drinks the beers.
I was quite disappointed as I was unable to obtain the Limbeck that I had last time I was visiting your podcast. Not always easily accessible, so I had to just go with a nice Pinot Noir for this evening.
You know, I was actually sitting here. I was wondering where your lambic was. I was like, "Mother's not drinking," and then I saw you pick up a glass. I was like, "She's drinking something, but it's not a lambic."
Yes, unfortunately, like I said, I had just recently tried the blackberry. It was astounding.
That sounds incredible.
I don't know how far the ether is from Joe Canals and Marlton, but we always have Lindemans.
Ah, that is good to know. It is quite a bit of a journey, though I do have some experience traveling in that area that we will not discuss at this time.
But keep in mind this: mother won't let me do drinking. She told me to only drink his milk because it will help with the bones.
Yeah, I have strong bones. You're a reaper, man.
Exactly.
Yes, calcium is very important, and you need as much of it as possible. And Sam, I did not forbid you, but let you know that moderation was indeed the most important thing. The taking of libations is something that I only do in very select circumstances, such as something relaxing like a podcast or a pit fire or a stroll by the bog.
I mean, remember last time we had a nice relaxed time on the pit fire? That was nice.
Indeed, the souls that were sacrificed that night.
I think Ginger was there too.
Hey Sam, why don't you just start injecting yourself with steroids? You'll get big and strong. You know, you don't need milk. Just start, shooting yourself in the butt with steroids. You know.
Well,
the old-fashioned way, bud.
Well, I ain't gonna do steroids because I don't want to be like someone. All right.
Listen to what I must tell you about strength and about Sam's strength in particular.
Oh man, we got more new people on hybrid. What the f?
Mike Senior, it is my honor to help. You know how to get a hold of me if you ever need my skills and negotiating to get stuff done.
Can we give Ginger a nice suit?
Oh, yes. You're not a suit man. We should find some more appropriate formal vestments for you that you feel quite comfortable in.
I don't know. I could see you in a Craig Zelis suit.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to do Craig Zelis.
I could see you in a chicken suit.
I'm not going plaid, and I'm not pulling a Pete Rose.
But I will say this. Speaking about suits, Mother and I have some future gear that's going to be coming out very soon. I think you guys already seen it, but it's going to be coming out very soon.
I mean, I've seen the previews, and that's a style I could see myself rocking.
Yeah.
See, I think that you would look quite sharp in that as well. So that must be it. Let's indeed call that into fruition.
Yep.
But back to what I was saying about Sam's strength and the unnecessary use of steroids, which for Sam is a being that will never be needed for. Sam possesses a particular constitution of his fascia, his tendons, his muscles that can be utilized in a way quite similar to mine, in which you have an intense amount of strength that is not visible in the way that something like a steroid would do. There's, of course, you can get your body big and bulbous and bulky with a steroid, and I've done it myself. And it doesn't actually give you strength. However, the moving of the large objects, the wrestling on a regular basis, can create an almost superhuman strength for the size. And not only that, but a durability and a pain tolerance that is unmatched by nearly any humans I have ever encountered. This is something that Sam has taken under my tutelage and has excelled at in a way that I've never seen another. It's very impressive.
Absolutely, yeah.
So no, Sam
little
will
bit-
not be needing any steroids.
A little bit late on this, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Hour later.
What?
Did it
Oh,
1 hour
There we
later.
oh, yeah. Because we're in
'cause
the
it's
1 hour mark.
Gotcha. I'm sitting here. I'm like, that was rude.
Oh no! We passed the 1 hour mark.
But I do. But yeah. but yeah, no, I do agree at what Mother said because I don't need steroids. I mean, hell, have you seen
Sam,
me?
I was just making a joke. Like, I didn't expect this to go off the rails like that. I
Hey,
was just
listen,
like,
listen, you're the one who brought it up.
like freaking super, like, the soldier super serum, bro. Just,
Oh no, understandable, but it is a poignant subject and something that is much discussed in pro wrestling. It's something that is being talked about in locker rooms quite often. So I think it's important we address it.
But I didn't really think that it was still a substance that was utilized these days like that. I guess because I always know it more so from like the old school wrestling, but I guess it is just as prevalent as it would ever be. There's no reason for it to not be, right?
I think
Joe
it's
Hill.
advances
Oh,
science.
Yeah,
And,
no.
Hold on, I want to hear what Mother says.
sorry.
Oh,
there has been, like I was saying, there has been quite a bit. I'm obviously someone that does quite a bit of research on any subject that catches my fancy. So, yes, and in the terms of the steroids, they are not what individuals are taking these days are not the same as what individuals were taking back in the day. So there are things that are quite a bit safer, more undetectable. There were things that were recommended to me during my recovery from my when the witch doctor took the knife to the knee in order to give me the dead man's ligament. And those were things that in order for recovery that, that were things I did experience and I did take and did repair my body in an undue fashion. But with every gift, there is a curse. So I certainly wouldn't recommend it for young individuals.
I was gonna say, like, I don't want to end up like Stewie Griffin when he took the steroids.
That might be the best case I've ever seen of taking steroids, because when he beats Brian down, that's just freaking hilarious.
Exactly.
So Joe Hill in the chat, Mother Endless needs to be hardcore champion. I can
That-
see a
And we had
world where
somebody
that's a
politic. Hold on.
potential future.
Where was it in the chat?
I do miss my hardcore. I do miss my death match. And as much as it is
This is a different one.
if it were up to me, I would be eating glass every day. But unfortunately, this is something that, again, makes people very uncomfortable. And there are plenty of people that would prefer to not watch me eat glass every day and prevent me from doing so. But anytime, I did build some custom weapons for my match with Face, and I have yet to use those, although Mischief Night may be the time they're debuted. Unfortunately, that will not be taking place at the Star Center, but you may see that in news soon. But I'm always tinkering in my workshop, coming up with ways to innovate hardcore and deathmatch, and I would love to show you some of the things that I have done out there in the ring.
Yeah, sometimes I visit Mother's workshop, and the first thing I see is her working, and then she just eats a glass. I'm like, "What are you doing?" And all of a sudden, she's like, "Back out! Get out of here!"
It is delicious. It is it's amorphous. It's one of the only amorphous things that we encounter on a daily basis, and I have a lot of respect for that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Eat it right now.
Mmm. No, this is my favorite glass. I would not for a moment, not for a moment would I ever eat this glass. I love it. This is adorable.
You know what, Pete? You
Can
eat
you
glass
show
then.
that again
Wait,
real
does
quick?
that
I like
glass
to
have a
make you
straw?
full screen.
It is. It is. It has a little straw here on the bottom. and it's a
Whoa.
tiny little
That is awesome.
It reminds me of a cat, which, of course, I have my familiars. And I don't know, it is just lovely and it's so different that
That's
I enjoy
cool.
it on quite a regular basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was a regular wine glass from this side portfolio you had it.
I don't have any cool glass.
Sorry, your audio has been kind of like mix mosh. Like you sound almost as if the ether has literally a demon's coming out of you. So it's
Well,
been
it's
pretty
probably the
cool,
case.
but also
Oh, that's lovely.
it has muffled you here and there.
What do you think happens in the ether?
I am so glad. Yes, and I'm so glad. There seems to be no place around my abode of this bog. I was trying to contact you from my underground lair, but as we saw last time, that was quite difficult. I'm not quite sure what it is about the triangulation here, but it is always difficult to get some reception. Thankfully, I have an extensive library of books, so if the internet's not available, I've always got something to do.
Yeah,
It's all right. 93% of what you've said this podcast has come through. It's just been a couple little pockets of just like.
And that's just fine, as I tend to orate at great length. So you could probably edit out about 10% of it and still get the general idea.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. Demons get very
Ley
jealous
lines,
sometimes.
100%.
I
Now,
will
Pete
say
Carter has a point. It's the ley lines.
I will say this, Mother. I think some of the demons just came to my graveyard center, and now that my double monitors don't work. Same with my PC.
Oh, goodness gracious. We will have to burn some sage.
Yeah. I gotta figure that out.
Also,
computer broke?
archives.
It doesn't. Basically, something happened, and I'm basically using a homeless person's laptop.
Any port in a storm, as they say. My respect to you for your ingenuity.
I guess that first hybrid check hasn't come in yet.
No, they only give me is some souls.
Well, I mean,
You're
I figure
welcome.
can't you like redeem that in the ether and bring that back as redeemable cash here, or does it not? Does transdimensional currency not work like that?
There's a difference between the overworld and the underworld. The underworld, we pay for souls. The overworld, they don't take souls. They just simply, they just say like, is it gold? I'm like, no. I'm like, okay, to get out. It's like, okay.
There are a few places I know that we can go, but the exchange rate is just straight murder.
Yeah.
Literally?
Literally.
Literally murder. And
I know of these places as well, being Ginger, because sometimes I got to interact with some of the same people.
Mm-hmm.
But,
yeah.
do you guys have any messages to send out for those that are willing to step up against you?
I would say, for me personally, please, by all means, bring to me what you have, because I am ready for just about anything at this point. I have been ready. I will be ready. I am eternally ready. As you all know, I arrive ready to step into the ring at any moment. And I'm just looking for one competitor who can respect that enough to have a fair fight with.
That or hybrid can definitely give you a challenge.
Specifically about you.
Sam?
I'm going to just say this. What, Mother?
Well, you said I'ma just say? It almost sounded like you said Amadeus, so I was just concerned for a second.
Ginger,
Well,
you know what to
Amadeus might deserve an ass whooping from both of them again. Because he's
Exactly.
been more pain than anything.
Exactly. But my message is this. be ready for the Reaper's checklist. But also keep in mind, it says, am I allowed to plug one of the matches that Mother and I have?
Yes, of course.
All right. So as you guys know, September 12th, I believe. Yeah, September 12th is Mawa Saturday Night, where Mother and I, the Day of the Dead, are finally gonna have our first mixed tag, intergender tag, facing, obviously, Stife and
Your friend. Okay. Different universe.
Yeah,
Ginger.
they
You
have
know
that
what to
beef
do.
over there.
Yeah, Ginger, you know what to do. You know.
Yeah, he's muted at the moment.
There you go. Thank you. But not
Yeah, but
only
now I'm
that.
not.
Okay. But
No,
not only that, but we have another old friend that Mother has been very excited to face, and it's Gabby Gilbert.
Indeed. So, and what to me is so curious about this matchup at Mawa Saturday Night is that not only do both you and I get to get in the ring with opponents that are both very familiar with us. As a matter of fact, Gabby Gilbert is one who imposed her wisdom upon me in a training sense, and I have learned so much from her, and she knows what I do very well. However, Stife and I have not spent a lot of time in the ring together, where he and Sam have spent so much time as a tag team. So,
Well, wait.
my interesting point here is that the freedom of the intergender match allows us to leverage our strengths as well as experience brand new challenges. It's something that, well, let me say, no one's going to want to miss.
Exactly. And
Now, there was a comment in the chat, which I'd like to bring back up. Day of the Dead versus the Backseats. The only way that match should happen is if they put those PWU
Oh,
tag team
absolutely.
championships on the line. That when
goes
was the
without
last
saying.
time they defended them?
let's be. I'm gonna say. Let's be blunt right here. They're not gonna give us that chance. Let's be honest. They're
Well,
never gonna.
They're already given two of your hybrid teammates that chance this Friday coming up.
I know, but here's the thing: they see us and they're like, "No, this is as they say, it's a waste of time." But you know what? If they lose those PWUs titles from Alex and Stife, I would be happy so that they don't have any goal. Well, minus JP being the hybrid champion, but that he's gonna have that gone too. So here's the thing: knowing them, they don't want that. That's the thing.
I have no comment
Yeah.
for once.
Wow, that speaks mountains right there.
Mm-hmm. But I will say this: I'll put those.
112.53.
But I will say this: if since I know Angel is not going to be there this week, maybe Angel should give Mother Endless a title opportunity for that SPO Women's Championship. Because when was I want to know, because from BJ and Pete, when was the last time you ever see Angel defend?
She fought Cosmic for it.
Yeah, but how long was that?
3 weeks, bordering on 4, like almost a month ago.
Yeah.
So she's about
We're
due
within
for a
the
title
60
defense.
days.
I think
Yeah.
it was literally the last show of July.
Yeah, but I think but if you're supposed to be a champion, you're supposed to work hard and actually defend that title day in and day out and work hard. I don't see Angel doing that, because what I've been seeing is that mostly Angel have been on the manager side instead of being a champion side.
Yeah, what Mike says down there. They made that title for her. Me is the real champ.
Exactly. You know what?
They
I
didn't
respect
make it. They converted it because it
Mhm.
was a previous organization belt before
But
it became the
It was a
belt.
dual title between both organizations.
But still,
Well, no, the one that Angel has now was the APP belt that Tiffany Grady had. They converted that.
into
Oh,
the
was that
SPL.
the one
Yeah, I
that
thought you were talking about me.
commandeered for a brief amount of time before I had left and well, anyway.
Yeah, mother fought for that belt several times.
Yeah, you fought Tiffany many times for that belt.
Yeah,
That was an interesting journey. It has been my history that if there's something that I want, I get it one way or another. However, I always found
Yeah,
it
right?
selfish and something that can often get in the way of the true spirit and nature of combat when you are consumed by the greed of gold. So for me, it's always just about the fight, and whether or not that is on the line, I am always ready for the battle.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know I'm very ready for this title opportunity. I'm very
I mean, Sam, teams aside, we've been friends much longer than this whole rivalry, between Hybrid, PW SPO, and, forever I've been saying you deserve a title. You deserve a belt. You
absolutely.
deserve this shot. You deserve all the shots. You deserve gold. So I truly, as a fan of your wrestling and just knowing you, I do hope you dethrone JJ Smith this Friday. I know that means that this belt will now be on Team Hybrid, but dude, I do wish you the best.
Thank you.
What an incredible amount of respect. That touches my heart quite deeply, Sam. How do you feel about that?
Now,
Hon-
just
honestly,
go ahead, Sam.
okay. Honestly, I will say this, Pete. I will say this. You were the like in the beginning, you did criticize me in the beginning, but you know what? It does help.
It was out of
It
love.
does
It
help.
was all out
It's
of
with
love.
love. Yeah. What you say is you told me in here that you wanted to see more of me. You wanted to
Mhm.
see more of the Reaper.
Yeah.
And honestly, when I heard about that, I basically was just like, you know what? Every Friday I have been going there day in and day out, fighting for my life, getting killed half of the time, and busting my ass like
Hell yeah, bro.
every single
Hell
day.
yeah. I told you you're on that trajectory, man, and you're still climbing, you're still going. And
Hmm.
I foresee even much more than the world traveling Skywalker belt on you in the future. But I
Absolutely.
definitely think this is your launching point, man. I really think you have an opportunity to shine this Friday and really, come out of your shell. Like, let's see what you can do now.
Absolutely.
I hate to lose you from the team, but also let's see you fucking break through, my guy. Pardon my French.
No, you're good. I will say this.
Right.
That's understandable. But I'm gonna say this every time. And Ginger knows what I always say. Win or lose, which I know I'm gonna win, you're gonna have to put me down. I said this before when I faced Feral Face. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You're gonna have to put me down. And what happened? He didn't put me down because I came after him again, but not only that, with Mother Endless. Sure, he did give a kiss not once but twice to Mother, which we don't talk about that. But either way, we don't talk about that because again, JJ Smith, I think his time has ended, and I think he needs to know that I say that he should get another title opportunity for a different opponent. And I'll just take that Traveling Skywalker, make sure that I represent it to Team Hybrid. And hell, I might do this because I will say this because I did vision this in my head that when I win, obviously I'm gonna cheer on, celebrate it with the title, but also I'm going to give it to also the senior so he can show it off that he has done it to make sure that he's been busting his ass to day in and day
It's
out.
like
Same with Junior, and you know what? With
it's like
Mother as
passing around the
well.
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, bring it around. And, I'll give it to Mother as well because she also deserves to raise that title up to know that, hey, I'm now part of this perfect family.
Oh, she's played a huge part in making you what you are now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gratitudes. The best thing I am at is just speaking at length, as you have all experienced through the entirety of this podcast. But fortunately,
Maybe
individuals
that's what
can
Spo's saying.
listen to the things I have to say and apply them to his life. And when you listen to me and you apply the things that I say to your life, the matter of success is just inevitable. Imagine that. Mother Endless knows what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Never doubted
And
that once.
and that is very true, Tara. Been bruised up so much. And I legit saw bruises from my arm when I was facing Jay George, which, gosh, he is such a tough competitor, I will say. He was such a tough one. But yeah,
But
either way.
just real quick, the respect that Pete just showed to one Sam Reaper about with his title opportunity this week. Where's that respect from the higher ups in SPO for you guys? Where's that respect been the entire time? Nowhere.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, that's a question I cannot answer for you because I am not them. But to me, respect is tantamount. It is really the only thing that matters at the end of the day.
For me, I just say, sure, SPO got me started here. But also, they have been making it hard for me. And I will say this, I get told by other wrestlers in the locker room that they got respect for me a lot. Even if, when I did one of the matches that I actually bled, they all were like supporting me, that I took it like an actual, I would say, soldier. And then, when Hybrid was taken over, they first didn't like me at first. And then, I want, and when I heard Dirty Don Montoya telling me that his like a nice match would definitely be me versus Feral Face, and it happened. It definitely happened. And that was when at first, skills called Mother and I bums. But then after that, the second time I faced Feral Face, he did not call us bums anymore. And that's when, I still had to earn respect to everyone in the locker room and from Hybrid and from SPO. And to the point, and then now here today, working hard and having these moments of my life, I would just say that I think I have now have earned the respect from everyone. Even if, we betrayed Amadeus.
He betrayed you guys. Let's be real here.
Let's-
Trying to take credit from
We
with your
never
title shot.
mentioned, and that
Yeah.
was thank us.
Yep. But yes, either way, because here's the thing, Mother and I thought that Amadeus was going to be that guy, was going to be the one to join us to make it perfect. But instead, I'm going to be blunt. He put us second base. He thought that he was going to be in the home run, making himself the leader of Wrath of the Wicked, making himself the, what's the word, popular person in the crowd. But look what happened. They still cared about Mother and I, because when we had the mixed tag match from with High Fashion, Ezra Coleman, and Pedro Pablo, which miss him, by the way,
Agreed.
Agreed.
everybody cheered for Mother and I because they miss Mother, they miss me, they actually saw us. But you know who didn't see us have potential or anything like that? Amadeus. He did not care. Because here's the thing. At first, when we were fighting for our lives from Hybrid, we were busting our ass day in, day out. Not only that, he wanted to try to challenge Jay George for the SPO title. And he wanted me to tell Jay George. Yeah, I know that didn't make any sense, Pete, but you know what I mean. Basically, wanted me to be the paper boy and tried to get Amadeus his shot. But look what happened. I lost. And Amadeus will not get that title shot. He will not.
You have laid yourself and used your body as a prop for many individuals up until this point, but I'm excited to see you get your due and to have a run and to have opportunities that you can truly sink your teeth into now that we are part of Team Hybrid.
Absolutely. And I did say this, that if you guys saw the post from Mother Endless with her, fancy clothing, I would say. I will say this.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we all saw that.
Yeah. Shut up. But I will say this. Also, the Day of the Dead has just also became noir.
Oh, indeed. Sam Reaper, yeah. As being my son, I think he is thinking of a different plan
Yeah.
than you individuals may be.
Yeah. They're probably knowing these weird little brains of their heads.
It's quite all right. You can never.
I know what the phrase means, but I'm lost.
A human thing for being human. But indeed, things have been getting very dark. So noir seemed to be just the right choice for the direction we're going, considering that Sam and I both possess an excellent, I suppose the nice way to say it is, a very acute pattern recognition, aka we're both excellent bullshit detectives.
Yep.
So noir we go, and I suppose we'll be sniffing out all the clues.
So now is this going to be your new tag name versus, the old Day of the Dead, or is this in tandem with that?
We're still keeping Day of the Dead. We're still keeping Day of the Dead.
As they say, it's just a phase. We have a purpose, and our purpose is respect and information. So we will see this story through and find every detail we need.
Da-dum, da-dum,
Venom.
da-dum. Da-dum,
Ba-dum,
da-dum,
ba-dum,
da-dum,
ba-dum,
da-dum,
ba-dum,
da-dum.
da-da-da-da-da. Jazz hands.
Always jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Man, now we need that from Archer.
I was gonna say you'll probably see Mother and I do some jazz hands moments. You never know. We may be
something you individuals realize, but jazz hands is quite an intense basic and in wrestling fundamentals that many individuals are missing. And I will not go into more detail than that about that, but you should know it.
Yep.
I know jazz hands from Bring It On back in the 90s.
I was gonna say.
No, I thought that was Spirit Fingers.
Oh yeah, Spirit Fingers.
I was gonna say
jazz hands came just before Spirit Fingers, and though they share pretty much the same function, the jazz hands, the Spirit Fingers, it all goes back to Michael Jackson, Fosse. But again, let me not too deeply digress in here, and we shall stick to the subject matter.
Yeah. I was gonna say, keep in mind it says we may be dark, but we could sometimes have a little fun.
That's right.
Gotta have
no fun on this show.
Exactly.
The fun police.
Anyway, nobody's going to tell me not to have fun.
People see me and they see us, and we are bones, and we look otherworldly, and we look
macabre.
Look deadly.
We have fun when we do it. Unfortunately.
Shut up, BJ. I already know. You know what? Why do I wanna? Why do I miss Pat now? I miss Pat facing him now.
Look at you. Now you're having second doubts about joining hybrid.
Oh,
I
there's
mean,
no second doubts at all.
Yeah.
There's no. I can't say I miss Pat Dynamite.
Nope. Not allowed.
Well,
He's
I
your
can't
enemy
say
now.
that.
He's your enemy.
Oh,
He
yeah, that
is your enemy now.
Yeah, he is
Well,
my enemy.
if Pat keeps working hard and changes his attitude
Oh,
a
shut
little
up,
bit,
Shut up, BJ.
I-
a little
I
bit of
mean,
the
hey,
killer
maybe-
instinct, maybe
Hey,
hybrid would want him as well.
Hey, maybe if Pat Dynamite
Play it
had their
again.
back
Play it
standing
again.
at the front lines when all this started, maybe there'd be a change in attitude here. But no, where was Freak the Mighty? Where were the backseat boys?
Nowhere.
Where were they to defend
Well,
their
actually, technically, I'm gonna try to defend the Freak the Mighty. Gonna defend them because they did help us twice.
You
The
can't.
only-
You're on their. They're your
Yeah,
enemy
but
now.
you
You can't
saying
defend
is
Billy
this.
or Pat. Your enemies now.
Yeah, I know, but I'm making an example.
Establish this.
I'm making an example, Pete.
Nope.
Wait.
Enemies.
Okay. Well, guess what? I'm gonna keep saying it. The only people that did thank you. Welcome to the hybrid show. How you doing today? But no, I'm just gonna say this. Obviously the Freak the Mighty did try to fight hybrid. They try to fight them and did help us. The only people that didn't help us was the backseat boys. They didn't help us until when hybrid invaded in one of Tommy's matches and attacked him.
I mean, backseats suck anyway, so it's okay.
I mean, no comment on that.
No comment.
That's me as a Team PWU guy saying that, so it's perfectly
Also,
fine.
which team are you? Are you
I'm
the
team-
solo
look,
Spo
it says-
guy or are you the solo PWU guy?
I mean,
You
they
don't
have
even
to
know
make
what you're.
all the time.
they have to make that decision because they got to choose one or the other. Because every Friday it's one or the other.
Oh, he's Pete Spowall Poeters.
Pooey. Ew.
I
Right?
was gonna say, Ginger, just give him a 3X T-shirt so that.
Oh
he
no,
has-
I got it wrong. It was Poet.
But even still, it still sounds like poo eaters, which like ew.
Okay. Okay.
That is somehow still PG though.
Somehow, yeah.
Put that soundboard on, Ginger.
Nope, it's
It's
not.
not starting
No,
to kick in.
it's actually PG, oddly
Yep.
enough. So
Yeah.
Poo is not a
Eat
curse
poo.
word.
Poo-poo.
But yeah,
Captain's log.
Yep.
wherever we were going.
I know that you guys. I was gonna say. I
Word.
know that you
All
guys
word.
are. I know that we're almost getting close to 2 hours. Do you? I was gonna say, since Mother and I have other things to deal with, do you want to show off one of our matches since you did one for High Fashion?
Oh wow, look at this guy watching the show.
That was an excellent segue, Sam. I am very impressed.
Yes. Yeah, I'm impressed as well, I must say.
Sure,
I didn't know
absolutely.
you
Let's
had
pull it
in
up.
you.
But
No.
it's been an hour and a half. I'll be RB.
There it is. There's me right there. Look at that. Look at that beautiful bastard of me right there. And look how
Look at that beautiful hybrid symbol
Black.
next to your
Let me
name.
Exactly.
get a puke,
Look how-
let me get a puke
Look like a
bucket.
champion to you in this photo. Who looks like a champion on this card? I think it's clear that if you're looking from it from a business point of view, that Sam Reaper is someone I would want to see on television.
exactly.
Now let's not discredit JJ Smith. We know he's a very fierce competitor. We know he's earned that title. What we also know is he's had some bad guidance from some clowns, some 90-year-old.
I'm sorry. Wait. He earned it. The only thing he earned was him crying like a baby when he keeps losing. And then all of a sudden he wins a number 1 contendership, and then out of nowhere he cashes it in, and then he becomes the traveling Skywalker champion.
Yeah, he earned it.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I think since you guys show when High Fashion was here, you showed their match beforehand. I figure we should definitely talk about the Jay George versus Sam Reaper match, aka me, since
You wanna
If you'd like to have some comments before we move on about your match with Jay George, you are more than free to talk about it, sir.
I would love that because since I know that mother has some things to deal with, and same with me, I have to
Indeed, dusk
deal.
is approaching, and I have many spells to cast.
Yeah, and I have to deal with the spirits that's messing with my computer, so I had to figure that out. But
Get
yeah,
your proton pack.
yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna get the proton pack and bring it back to the underworld for
There is no
mother to
Dana,
take care
only
of.
Zool.
That might be quite helpful.
Yeah, I would have to just be like this, mother. These are yours. Please keep an eye on these guys.
Need a containment system, man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let's take a look at this match. I don't know if you have it up or not. I don't know.
Which one were you talking about again?
Me
His.
versus Jay George.
His
I'm gonna
match.
have to get that footage up, so give me a moment.
All right.
Right after intermission at about 1:20.
Yeah.
1 hour 20 minutes.
Dang, you actually saw all that.
I write the scripts, man. I need to know the timestamps.
What are you, a director? Are you taking Jay George's job or something?
Well, every
Maybe,
director needs a
you could-
script writer.
Maybe you could consider me his understudy.
Samuel.
I mean, technically, if you saw from the last show from a couple of weeks ago, he was behind Hybrid, which was still funny.
All right, so I'll put the
I
footage.
made my in-ring debut.
Yep, it was still funny. I will say that. There it is. At first, obviously you didn't see it, but in the beginning, me and him duked it out, and then he had the upper hand. Beating the hell out of me. Jesus Christ. He is a hard hitter.
Yeah, Jay George has really been stepping up his ferocity in the ring. We've seen him as an able-bodied competitor. He has been going out there throwing down, but
Boom,
nothing
right
too
there.
spectacular. But man,
Boom,
he
right
was,
there. Right in the boot, give him a gut to the leg, and all of a sudden, he grabs my leg. Psych, you didn't get me that close, bud. And now look, he's trying to run away. And I was trying to get Mother Endless to get him and all that, trying to get him back in the ring.
Why would you yell at your mother like that?
I didn't yell. I was just telling because
Listen, you have to understand the heat of the battle. That all is forgiven, always, always.
Yep. And look, he's staggering. He's trying to beg for forgiveness, but nope, just beat him down right there. Just gonna say that. Much respect to Jay George, but I had to beat him down to a bloody pulp. And look,
Well, yes, you always have to give them a little something so they understand what it is that they gave to you.
mm-hmm. And
And
look,
here
we got
again, turning in the crowd. The crowd is cheering your name here, probably for the third or fourth time during the match.
Yep. And I was gonna say, as you see, we have Mother Endless, trying to help me out, like, come on, wake up, Sam Reaper, wake up. And she's
It's
like,
mind over matter, just as we train, mind
Yeah.
over matter. Pain
Yep.
tolerance is everything in this business.
oh God, I hate that leg move that he does. And here comes this, gives me an elbow. Right
Hit
there.
that elbow drop.
1, 2, yeah, that didn't get me enough right there. That didn't get me out. And look at our guys right there from Hybrid. Look at that.
I know. Stife
everyone
and
has
Stife.
such
This
a
is
straight.
an all hybrid match. We got Danny Ora. I mean, it's a hybrid show, but
Well, except Amadeus.
I will say this. Jay
Oh, yeah,
George,
he
what a
was there.
great director. He's a great director. Just gonna say that right there. Oh, look at that. He can take that. He can take it like that. And then, I'm telling Mother, get the kendo, get it. Meanwhile, there was a kendo right behind Junior, and he
Yes, unfortunately, he had one of them, and it was too early to give up the game there, so I couldn't take his.
Yep.
And someone had taken my purple one from me as I placed it down, which I didn't appreciate. Though
I saw that pop up later, and I was like, "Wait, isn't that Mother's?"
And it's quite interesting because the one that Sam got actually was a bit more fortified than the one that I had in hand. So I would say that you had the upper hand in what is about to come. that.
This was my favorite one.
I
This
was
was
so absolutely impressed with what I saw in you here. I think everything that we train about that mind over matter, that being able to tolerate everything that happens in the ring and yet keep a clear head. You showed me this just so much in this match in particular. There was so much that was unknown at stake, and well, we're about to get to it. So
Yep, and here it is. This is what I like to call is the chicken kendo shot moment.
Gloria.
Basically, there you go. Look at that. I won that chicken match, and all of a sudden, now Jay George got me right there, and then he's calling me a bitch, like always.
Yes, and it's I understand you want to win the match, so he's changing his tactics, but at the same time, it's a bit of cowardice to turn from that game of chicken. Good strategy, but embarrassing.
I think the best thing is that Jay George just looks like a giant, hefty construction trash bag.
He looks like he looks like a Timu version of The Weeknd, but you know what? We respect
Like he's
him.
just like I feel like he needs to be thrown to the curb. Like
not everyone can look good in black vinyl. It's something that I pride myself on.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean you're ensemble. You're crushing it,
Look,
Mother. Both on stream and at ringside.
Oh, there we go. Look, here comes the chair. He was gonna get the chair. Not today. Just hit him right there.
Your wielding of weapons is just coming along so much, and it's so wonderful to watch it back every time. It's better and better.
And then, as you see,
so Sam, we see you alternate your wardrobe a bit when it comes to your death matches versus your regular matches.
So that gear right there that I wore is called the Killer Instinct gear. Okay. Basically, when it comes down to hardcore or death matches, I have to wear that gear.
Okay.
Yes, because it's got blood on it already. So when you get more blood on it, it's certainly not an issue.
It's the same reason why Deadpool wears red.
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, the last time we saw Sam wear that was the match against Feral Face.
Yep, exactly.
The first one.
Oh, and then here comes Jay George. Look, he has the belt right there. That should have been, an opportunity for me, but nope, right there, right in the gut, right in the face, right there. Smack him to the head on the corner. And then he just kicks me right there. Well, wait, what am I? I'm like staggering, but guess what? I'm grabbing that belt. I'm looking at it. I'm like,
in that moment, I knew you knew exactly what to do. I had to hold myself from running to help you, but I knew you saw that, and I knew you needed to do it. Oh, beautiful, gorgeous. Look at that violence.
Yep, right there. 1, 2. What a kick out right there. A kick out.
Mike Jr. is ready to jump in that ring.
Look, he has his foot up right there. He looks like he's ready to put a foot up my ass, but you know what? He didn't have to. Because you know why?
That was the after party.
Circumstances, these two competitors fought for their almost as if it were for their lives during this match. And
who's that bald head right?
Appreciated that so much.
Who's that bald guy holding the camera? Who was that?
Bald guy.
I don't know. There was a guy in the Roman camera. And then look, sleeper hold right there. He tried to put me in the sleeper hold, but he couldn't. I got out of it and gave him a sleeper hold.
Yes, the embrace was almost there for you. It was, I was so sure this was the moment.
So was I, especially since Jay George was drooling,
Yeah, he was drooling. He almost had it. And then out of nowhere, his foot was on the rope. And then look at referee Danny. Thank you, referee Danny.
Which I still don't understand how that works, considering, it's a hybrid rules match. Why do they still count rope breaks?
Listen, you have to respect a referee. Respect the stripes. This is something I have always maintained.
But it just doesn't make sense in terms of the rules. It's anything goes. So why would a rope break go?
It is a call of their own. They are the trusted official, and I'm sure he was worried about Jay George's health.
I don't trust Danny R as far as I can throw him, and that ain't far.
If you watch it back, Clockshaw does explain that in hybrid there are some rules.
Yep. And I said, oh, God, my non-existent balls right there. And then, boom, right in the face. And then my sickle move right there, my Reaper sickle. And then I thought...
Real quick, it is confirmed Sam Reaper has no balls.
I mean, I did say it.
That move looks a little reminiscent of another move in the Star Academy, though, I have to say.
What move?
The Red 9 from Pat Dynamite.
Never heard of it.
I'm trying to pick up... And there it is. I'm trying to pick up Jay George. Oh, there it is. He's trying to fight back. And then all of a sudden, trying to get it back up. Oh, he's going down. And then all of a sudden, picks him back up. And then, look at that. He just, right in the face. And then a spine buster he stole from Amadeus, which I'll be honest, that was a better spine buster than Amadeus did.
Damn.
And that was the idea. He delivered a spine buster right in front of Amadeus.
Yeah, and
to
he
tell
did,
him that
he did
you're
it
not winning
perfect.
this title shot.
And he did it way better than Ama.
That's a good frame right there.
And look, he has the belt. He has that belt. Wish it was going to have been mine, but you know what? It was Jay George's rules. But look, Reaper Sickle 1 right there. Getting up. Reaper Sickle 2 right there. And then here we go. Me hitting the post with my head because I'm getting myself ready. Oh boy. And then this, yeah, look at this. What was Amadeus trying to do? What was he trying to do?
He was insistent the entire time that he was going to get in and interfere in your match. And it was something that I most certainly could not allow to happen. But the entire match, he was in my ear trying to get into the ring. And I must have convinced him at least 10 times not to do that.
And I'm trying to calm you two down. And low blow right there.
But you said you
Schoolboy
have no
and
balls.
tights.
So, like, how's he low blow you when you have no balls?
Listen, the coccyx is a very sensitive area, whether there are male gonads there or not. I can tell you that.
It sucked. It legit sucked. But you know what? We already know what happened. We all know what happened. Mother Endless had enough. Mother Endless had enough.
Yeah, you gonna not play that part?
Yeah.
Totally abandoned.
Wow.
The whole purpose.
Oh no, I am fat. I am skipping ahead. You know,
doesn't it happen immediately after?
Doesn't it
no,
happen to have audio?
Yeah, there's a promo immediately after where Mother Endless speaks.
After the match, Mother Endless gets on the mic and tells Amadeus that this was his fault. She says it used to be about family, but now it's about business as Reaper attacks Amadeus. The Hamiltons and Stife enter the ring and welcome Day of the Dead to Hybrid.
Yep, look.
Indeed.
Right? Look at that. Look, me fighting him because we had a tough. Sam Reaper saw the life. Exactly, MF. Exactly. Also,
Yeah.
Well, I have a theory on who's going there next.
Yep. Look, all of us shaking hands. Look, me and Junior right there. We first said he didn't like me, but we gave respect. But now we got more respect and he likes me. And look at that. A hug from Stife right there.
What I loved was to see that Hybrid was ready to go to bat. They were ready to fight, but clearly this was just a business moment, so there was no need. You took it to Amadeus what needed to be done, and we just were able to conduct hybrid business, and that was just so refreshing, and I was so full of gratitude for that.
It's a freshly squeezed orange juice.
Fresh as the day of harvest, as they say.
Also,
was that one of those like twisty lollipop multicolored Johns that you had?
Oh, yes, indeed. It is unfortunate, but there are some old vices that come up from time to time. And, sometimes I've got my eyes on cigarettes, but unfortunately, I've had to turn my eyes to candy. It is something that can quell the violence from time to time. It can also quell the oration, as you know, I am apt to orate at length, and sometimes you've just got to put something in there to stop it.
Yeah, we dad had to give like our actual dad, like my actual dad, not Amadeus, my actual dad actually had to give her that candy to
that was my next question. Where does somebody find those? I haven't seen those in like 30, 40 years.
It was quite a search. I actually had to get in touch with one of my prior competitors, the Cotton Candy Princess, who I respect quite deeply. And
you would know.
Would love to have another match with her anytime, anywhere. She is one of my favorite individuals to get in the ring with. It was with her wisdom that I was able to procure such a sweet secret.
Also, I just got a text from, our favorite person, Tara, and she just texted me saying, I'm actually on Team Hybrid now.
Yeah, she's been saying that in the chat, but you know what? I don't believe it because her chants tell a different story.
She needs a t shirt of Hybrid then to prove it.
I don't know if she can afford that.
Exactly. But, anyways,
Thank you for reviewing that footage, and also just much gratitude to you all in Hybrid for hearing the words that we say, for having our backs in the way that others have not, and allowing us to compete, allowing us to become our full selves. And I can just promise you the violence that Reaper and I have to bring to the table will be unprecedented and so worthwhile.
Yep.
Can't wait.
Yep.
Yeah,
But-
we do appreciate you guys making the time to come on today. We also appreciate you guys being a member of Team Hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
But until Friday.
Oh God! Don't tell me that was Amadeus. Get him out of here! Get him out of here!
Oh, you sound a little bit.
But
You're not muted, Ginger.
but anyways, we should be going. I know that mother has some things to deal with.
The
but we
darkness
should-
approaches. We have much work to do.
You guys go
Literally.
do what you have to do,
Yep.
and I will see you Friday
See you
here at the
Friday.
Pro
Indeed.
Wrestling Star Academy.
Mhm.
Always a pleasure.
Raise it
I'll see you.
Yes,
Later.
gratitude
until
to your time.
next time.
Ugh,
And gentlemen,
Fucking
I
never
myself will be right back.
Okay.
cool. Wow, we're almost 2 hours in. I was just joking when I said I thought they'd never leave, but I don't know if because DG was talking, so I don't know if anyone heard that, but I was just kidding.
No, there was a lot of talking over, but also, that's how things
I
go.
wasn't about
There
to interrupt them.
Yeah, exactly. Same. But wow. Okay. Yeah. 1 hour, 51 minutes. What are you talking about? Your band? You got put onto a show with them. You came on here and lobbied for your own performance on that show. So, yeah.
No,
Get out of here.
the shows.
Yeah, but he was there the last show, and wasn't he there for Jump the Shark?
Did something happen after Jump the Shark?
I don't remember anything happening that got him banned afterwards.
No, not publicly, but I'm saying, MF,
Yeah. See, exactly. I already called it.
Yeah, wow. Gotta reset a little bit after that.
I know,
My
right?
mind isn't where it should be at the moment.
I know that was a hell of an interview, and definitely a lot of information coming out there. I'm sure a lot of people sympathize with Sam Reaper and Mother Endless jumping from Team SPO, which is what I'm just going to refer to them as going forward. I'm tired of saying SPOPW. It's just it's too much
It's
of a
just
mouthful.
SPO.
Yeah, Team SPO. These Friday shows, it's all SPO. Get out of here. Let's be honest. Besides the hybrid ones. I was very surprised. Like I said, I was shouting at my laptop on Friday night, like, "Are you effing kidding me? Like, seriously, Mother Endless and Sam actually joined." Like, we would say it week in and week out. I'd make jokes about it. I was dumbfounded to see that they actually did jump ship and actually become members of the team that they were fighting for so long. But it does make sense. I mean, Sam has been stepping up his game, and he's been hitting this brick wall, especially with all these freaking scramble matches that SPO was booking him in. Like, that's just insane. I see the talent that is Sam Reaper. I know what he's capable of, and he does deserve better. So like I said, hate to lose him, but hybrid, treat him better then. Give them their shots and opportunities.
Just real quick in the chat, I see something about high fashion graphic not having the hybrid logo. I don't know what you're talking about because I see a hybrid logo right there.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Put that back up.
Listen, we're not going to have this logo. We're not going to have these, flyer things back to back weeks. Come on, that was just a miscommunication last week.
Okay.
Whoever that was in the chat.
Oh.
But yeah,
Well,
you
Amadeus,
guys,
sorry, Archives. DG is at the PWSA.
yeah, I'm at the school. I'm not at home.
It makes it funnier that it seems like Amadeus came to your house to invade the
And that-
podcast.
And that literally actually happened before we went live. I mentioned his name, and he literally walked into the room.
Damn shame, I'll tell you that. MF, you have supporters here in this show. That's all I'm going to say. And excuse me again,
Really?
I have a little bit of business to attend to. You guys can start running down the show and I'll jump back in.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
good.
I'm just going to ignore that, and I'll mention that another time because that's too much to get into right now, and that's not what this show is.
But it is, isn't it? Like, what? Got the...
That's some, stuff that needs to be talked about off air.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not something we're bringing to the forefront right now.
Okay.
Until we have a better idea of what's happening. And then if we want to say something when we have the whole story, we can. But right now, our opening contest was a singles match for the PWU Silver Skywalker Championship featuring challenger and hardcore champion Stife with Mike Hamilton and Mike Hamilton Jr. versus champion Flying Ryan O'Neal. Both competitors circle and tie up. O'Neal shoves Stife to the mat. Stife charges with a double axe handle and delivers strikes to O'Neal in the corner. O'Neal shoves Stife halfway across the ring, but Stife charges again. O'Neal reverses a whip to the opposite corner and hits a back elbow, then a roundhouse kick. Stife charges, but O'Neal evades, sending Stife to the apron. O'Neal hits a rope hung neckbreaker, followed by a rope hung second rope leg drop. No, that's right. Sending Stife to the outside. O'Neal hits the ropes for an attack to the outside, but Stife slides back in, and as O'Neal is entering, Stife kicks the middle rope, sending O'Neal to the outside. Stife hits a double axe handle from the apron. That's like when he runs and gets the momentum and then steps gingerly onto the apron and drops a double axe handle. And tosses O'Neal into the ring. Stife hits a neckbreaker for a 1 count. Moments later, O'Neal fights out of a cravat and attacks, but Stife hits an enziguri for a 2. Stife continues to wear down O'Neal before attempting Stife spread, but O'Neal escapes. Stife charges, but O'Neal steps aside, sending Stife face first into the turnbuckle. O'Neal fires up and hits X marks the spot for a 2. Stife blocks a suplex, but O'Neal hits him with a standing Falcon Arrow. Stife attempts Stife spread again, but O'Neal shoves him into the corner. Stife hits a second rope codebreaker, and then Stife spread for a 2. O'Neal rolls to the outside, and Billboard Billy Gold makes his way to the ring with Ref Craig. Gold hits Stife with a Billboard Slam and covers for the 3. Billboard Billy Gold defeats Stife to become the new Hardcore Champion. Back to the match at hand. Gold leaves, and O'Neal recovers. They high-five as that's happening. O'Neal climbs to the top rope and hits a swanton on Stife for the 3 count. Flying Ryan O'Neal defeats Stife to retain the Silver Skywalker Championship.
This was a good match. It was a great
It was
opener.
a good match.
It was a good match. There wasn't
It was
anything that
a
can be
good
really said, bad about it. It was a good
Yeah.
match,
As Joe Hale says, this was an excellent match
Yeah.
until Billy shows up.
I mean,
That seems to be the theme of a lot of things. Pat Dynamite, not to spoil anything later, but Pat Dynamite was receiving an excellent beatdown, and then Billy shows up. And that was just this night. There are so many, if you look back, there's so many times when, things are happening, and then Billy shows up.
Because Billy's the enforcer of the PWSA. That's our
Is
guy,
he
man.
though? Like, he's
He
not
is, yes.
there for everybody. He's just
What you talking about? He's there for everybody that's been Team PWU. See, I just messed up even the old thing I was complaining about earlier. Team SPO. He
he
shows up.
hasn't
He
been there for
shells
the
out.
back seats.
Well, that's,
He
I
hasn't
mean,
had their
the
back.
once he did with Pat during that one where everyone started dropping. They were as JP said, spamming their taglines.
Yeah, but that wasn't having their back. That was just being there to celebrate with them in the ring. I forget what
No,
happened.
he came
before
out and
that.
actually like he was beaten down.
Did he clear house?
It was one of those situations, yeah.
So once
Once
he was
yeah.
like Mr. Spo.
But he's always Mr. Spo. He always comes out, helps out Pat,
in a
helps out,
sense, yeah, helps out his boys.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I'm just saying, who's fighting for Spo? He's just looking out for his boys. Who's fighting for Spo? He came out against for PJ Savage.
But I feel like also the issue is like who really is Spo in general? Like who are, because we see a lot of people coming in and coming out that hop from, the PWU shows to the SPO shows, but never the SPO shows, but sometimes only the PWU shows.
Well,
so it's like, it's a really
I know
weird,
who Hybrid is. I don't know who Spo is.
yeah, it's a weird interweaving web of like kind of nonsense. But like I know
I can tell you who it's not. There's a list of people who it's not.
But also there's
I'm not
like,
going to get into that.
yeah. But like there's also like the list of who really is like their weekly representing SPO, and it's the people who haven't chosen hybrid essentially. So you got your Billy, Pat, Twitch, which even your bad guys like Sam Adams, JJ Smith,
Okay, but
Ryan Redfield, who's been more of a newcomer, Phil Winslow, more of a newcomer,
who united
Devlin,
against
Italian
no,
Tank,
who united against publicly united against hybrid? The Backseats and Freak the Mighty, right?
yeah.
The Backseats have been on the forefront fighting hybrid every week, while Pat Dynamite has this love affair going with Griffin McCoy.
That's true.
And Billy just pops his head up whenever he feels like it. It doesn't even have to do anything with hybrid. Like
yeah, but he's still, even though Billy may not be, there for everybody, he's still there for the match where it matters, or the moments where it matters, where PW really needs to see a staple of somebody who is at least attempting to keep everything level over at the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, because as we were seeing week to week, hybrids slowly taking over, and like it's becoming more rampant. Now it's not slowly. Now it's really becoming like an infestation. And I know that's generally in a negative connotation when you hear an infestation, but it is a takeover, of a location that was not previously deemed a hybrid facility. So I'm curious to see where the next 6 months take us, considering we just had a year of the Pro Wrestling Star Academy under the SPO and PWU helm.
I mean, all I can say is like, judging by the trajectory and the drawing power, I expect big things from hybrid.
But now the question is, will hybrid continue to utilize the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, or will they go and either take over this one and force SPO out, or go and get their own and take away the audience?
I mean, for the time being, like, they're here. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see if that changes in the future, but as far as, they have to complete this takeover before they move on and take over other places. Like, they're here doing their thing here right now.
I mean, they've already gotten a quarter of ownership, based on cage match from what I saw yesterday. Mitch Stein is, he's hybrid, but there's still three other members of the board who aren't there. But if I saw one of them convert, that would really blow me away. And I don't want to say his name, but man, would that be a live grenade?
I understand who you're talking about and what you're saying completely, and I can assure you that that will never happen.
Yeah.
Um, you know what I mean? Just because of like the work put in,
Yeah.
you know. But anyway, our
Second match.
our next match was a triple threat for the World Traveling Skywalker Championship featuring challengers Ezra Coleman and Algo Nelly versus champion JJ Smith. Early on, Nelly and Coleman double team Smith, sending him out of the ring. Coleman and Nelly exchange roll up pin attempts, and moments later, Coleman takes Nelly out with a dropkick. Smith enters and attacks Coleman. Smith whips Coleman into the corner and charges, but Coleman evades his attack. Coleman runs the ropes, dodging Smith's attacks until he takes Smith down with a crossbody. Coleman lands multiple running corner splashes before Smith counters one, sending Coleman to the apron. Smith catches Coleman with a punch, sending him to the floor. Nelly enters. Oh my god, we're only at the. Okay. Oh, this is a long. Oh, no, this is a short one. Nelly enters and attacks Smith with his stop sign. Nelly hits a pair of arm drags before hitting a backbreaker and a side slam for a 2. Coleman jumps to the apron and restrains Smith. Nelly charges, but Smith gets free, and Nelly takes Coleman off the apron with a running forearm. Smith slams Nelly to the mat by his hair and covers for a 2. Moments later, Smith hits a scoop slam and a running headbutt for a 2. Coleman lands a top rope missile drop kick, then a springboard clothesline for a 2. Coleman attempts a springboard maneuver, but Smith drops him with a headbutt for a 2. Smith hits 2 amigos, but Coleman reverses the third. Nelly slides in and lands a cutter on Coleman, sending him out of the ring. Nelly lands a pair of back elbows on Smith before a side backbreaker for a 2. Coleman enters and takes out Nelly with a pair of forearms before hitting Eye of the Storm for a 2 count. Nelly rolls out as Smith recovers and hits a pedigree on Coleman for the 3. JJ Smith defeats Ezra Coleman and Algo Nelly to retain the World Traveling Skywalker Championship.
I mean, love him or hate him, nerds rule. And JJ Smith, man, this guy, as soon as he stepped foot in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy, he has been just, once he's flipped this switch, he's become a whole new person. And while a lot of people may not like him, he gets the job done. And I'm curious to see what he's got when he takes on Sam. I was serious about wanting to see this gold strap on Sam, but man, he's got to earn it. JJ has been putting up this belt against some tough competitors, and even when he initially was going for the belt, he had to go through a scramble or two, you know. So this was a dynamite match, and I love seeing Ezra just flying about the ring, man, like he just knows what he's doing.
This brings
Yeah.
up an interesting question. I'm sorry. Go on, Ginger.
I was going to say, just during the match, there was a moment where Algo Nelly tried to get his go chant started, and that crowd, that entire match was behind Ezra Coleman.
I don't know.
100%.
It was pretty. I mean, Nelly had some representation in that crowd.
But usually it's louder to where the crowd was leaning more toward Ezra that entire match. I'm going to let you guys do the show at the moment. I have to go.
Okay.
I should be able to pop back on, but I'm going to leave it to you guys. Hey, man, it's business, man.
BJ and PP talk wrestling.
But I'm going to try to make it back to be able to talk some Bloody Mania real quick.
Of course.
So
maybe.
So
I'm hoping so.
If we're still here.
My thing is, how is the crowd going to respond this Friday when you have JJ Smith, who represents Spo but is a hated heel, versus Sam Reaper, who represents Hybrid but up until this point has been loved by the crowd?
That's really interesting. I guess we'll see either a crowd divided, or
just
B,
a quiet crowd.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. You know what? There's a couple more selections to this multiple choice. No, I think either the crowd is going to favor JJ because he's not hybrid, or the crowd's going to favor Sam because they love Sam, even
Yeah.
though he's hybrid affiliate now. Then again, there could be some people who missed last week's show that are there. They're like, "Yeah, Sam," and then someone's got to whisper to him, "He's hybrid now." It's like, "Oh, boo, Sam!"
Oh, I'm sure they'll know that when he comes out to the ring 9 deep.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I wonder if the entire entourage of hybrid is going to walk out to the ring for Sam.
I would hope so. I would hope so. And the same with Raspa and Valentino, just to show them that we got your back.
Dude,
You
all
know,
I gotta
this is-
say then is
you're hybrid now.
we're working our way towards my dream match. And while the academy is a little bit small for it, I want to see a lumberjack match where, everyone's standing around the ring and just nobody's allowed to get out.
Oh no, absolutely. And honestly, I could see that happening at the PWSA. Like that back wall is completely unoccupied, so like
But the
you could
space
just
to get in there is a bit crab walky.
well, just don't go out on that side. Yeah, like as far as this match goes, like we've seen what JJ Smith can do, and he has shown that he is a dominant champion at this point.
Absolutely.
Ezra, we saw him win Lineage Gold before it was Lineage months ago, like last year, at the PWSA. You were there, right? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I thought you were there. Yeah. I didn't know if you had started coming by that point. And you know what I mean? Like Nelly has Nelly's got skills. Like we've only seen a fraction of what he can do.
Here's what
But
I have to say about that, and I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but like you mentioned it perfectly right there. Like we have seen some amazing testaments of skill, durability, and stamina from Algo Nelly. I haven't seen that from him lately. Like when he
we
was first
haven't
coming around,
seen him lately
well, even like he still pops up at least once a month. Like
in
the
scramble
last
matches.
the last match we saw him in was with Kid Legend when they went 1-on-1 at a Sideshow.
Yeah, that's
I think that was. I'm
different.
pretty sure that was Sideshow.
That was, but that's different.
Even still, though, like I
Different
remember
universe.
one of the matches where Nelly held up some dude for 10, did the 10 count suplex, like
Yeah.
beautifully, perfectly
Stalling
executed. Like,
suplex, right?
yeah, like we haven't seen these tests of might that he has normally, prided himself with in previous altercations.
And I say it again, except for that Kid Dynamite match, we've only really seen him in scrambles and matches of
Kid
that
Dynamite.
nature.
Isn't that a
I'm
band?
sorry. Yes, Kid Legend. We were talking about Pat Dynamite at some point. I don't know. Kid Legend. Yes. Yeah. I mean, we can't say it enough. Also, just a little aside here. This past weekend it was a hybrid show. What I've come to expect from hybrid shows, and this is just maybe it's just me, but at hybrid shows, I expect to see a couple big names from around the deathmatch scene around the indies. I didn't see anyone uh hybrid like it used to be like when hybrid booked shows, you would see a
We
couple
had
names.
Connor
You would,
Claxton versus Face in that
right,
one
your
match.
Connor
That
Claxton.
was Connor's first time at
Hybrid
the academy.
before
Matt
Spo put
Tremont.
Hybrid's name on the shows. Mickey Knuckles, Matt Tremont, Bam Sullivan. There was one more that's escaping me. But Dr. Redacted.
Well, Sean Henderson's now hybrid, that as well. So
but we're but that was. I expect if it's a hybrid build show, I expect to see someone.
well,
You know what I
we
mean?
didn't even
Like,
have Face on the card though, which that was pretty surprising.
and that's fine. That's fine. Let him do what he has to do to get back in the mental state to like do what he does. You know, Let him like I don't care if it's another month, but like let him get back to where he needs to be after. I mean, that title reign was insane,
Oh,
and he put
absolutely,
himself. He
without
probably
a doubt.
shortened his life by 5 years during that title reign, and let him get back to the headspace he needs to be in. You know,
But still, I feel like even with a hybrid show, like he would have at least made an appearance of some sort, considering he is hybrid. But
for all we know, he could still be bedridden.
yeah, no, Rick
after
Rick Blade did his damage,
after
baby.
Rick Blade's assault, and I'm not even going to call it interference or a run in. Rick Blade's assault
That was a beautiful thing. You know
costing him
what,
the
Pete?
hybrid
Let's
world
play it back on
championship.
IG.
But yeah, where were we? Next, we have a tag team match featuring Sebastian Valentino and Mark Raspa Jr. High Fashion versus Devlin Ridley and Caleb Wolf. They don't have a name. Raspa and Wolf start the match. They tie up and exchange holds until Raspa breaks Wolf's eyes and pushes him into the corner. Tag to Valentino, who lands a kick to Wolf's ribs as Raspa holds him in position. Wolf fights out of a wrist lock and lands a drop kick. Tag to Ridley, who whips Wolf into a clothesline on Valentino into the corner. Wolf whips. Man, I gotta chill with the double W's. Wolf whips Valentino into a knee lift from Ridley. Ridley lands a running leg drop for a two. Valentino escapes a fireman's carry and shoves Ridley into the ropes. Raspa kicks Ridley from behind, and Valentino lands a kick, sending him back to Raspa, who drops Ridley neck first onto the top rope. Valentino tosses Wolf in high fashion, realized that this match is hybrid. Valentino, I skipped a line. Oh no, I didn't. Valentino tosses Wolf in high fashion, realized that this match is hybrid rules, and Raspa enters. Valentino hits a basement dropkick on Wolf as Raspa works over Ridley in the corner. Tag to Valentino, for whatever reason, and high fashion double team Ridley. Ridley fights out of the corner and tags in Wolf. Wolf takes both of high fashion down with a double suplex before landing a Saito suplex on Valentino and then one on Raspa. Wolf lands a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker on Valentino, then a Yakuza kick to Raspa in the corner. Wolf scoop slams. Man, alliteration is killing me tonight. Wolf scoop slams Raspa and climbs to the top. But as he attempts a heat seeker elbow, Valentino pulls Raspa out of the way. Valentino hits a codebreaker to Wolf's arm, then Ridley hits a cutter on Valentino. Raspa throws Ridley shoulder first into the post, then High Fashion take down Wolf with a double super kick. High Fashion hit the smoking hot driver on Wolf for the 3 count. High Fashion defeat Caleb Wolf and Devlin Ridley by pinfall.
I mean, this was a match long time coming. We know that all these guys have a lot of history that dates back to the Monster Factory.
These guys all
Um,
came up together.
exactly, as we learned from High Fashion last week, and in our interviews with Devlin Ridley. We haven't had Caleb Wolf on yet, which we do need to get him on here. Absolutely,
He brings it up every week when I say him.
yeah. Um, but this was a great match. High Fashion, they're one of the most dominant tag teams in the building. They really go out there, give everything they got. Their coordination is on point. They know what they're doing. Um, but I'm still upset at them for. Did you? I don't know. Did you say the ending of the match, like the actual ending, or did you just say the pinfall?
I ended it with the end of the match with the bell ring. I haven't
Okay,
gotten to after the
then
match
I'll
yet.
let you continue forth before I speak any further, unless you have any comments on the direct match.
I just want to say it's been a while since we've seen them do like the heart thing. I kind of missed that. Anyway, after the match, High Fashion attacked Wolf and Ridley. Mike Hamilton, Mike Jr., and Stife make their way to the ring. They offer High Fashion a handshake, which High Fashion accepts. High Fashion has joined Team Hybrid. What I didn't put in my write-up was there was a promo shown earlier about Team Hybrid confronting High Fashion and just being like, "Hey, man, we like what you've been doing out there. We
Oh,
like."
that's right. Yeah, that did air.
There was a little like confrontation and and when Hybrid walked away, High Fashion were like, "Well, what do you think? I don't know. What do you think?"
Yeah.
So they made the right choice and welcome aboard. Um, we need tag team champions.
So, I mean, the past couple weeks, past month, I've been calling out Hybrid, like, where's your tag team? Where's your tag team? Where's your tag team? And, okay,
Do you
like,
remember what I said last week?
well, I know that you've been anchoring for Primal Fear, but no, I don't know what you said last week.
What I said last week was we were talking about how Hybrid doesn't have a tag team. And I was like, yeah, well, maybe Hybrid does, and maybe it's someone we know very well. We just don't know it yet. If you can find that, like, I definitely said something along those lines. And then I
I mean, that was
remember
what, a 3.5 hour podcast? That's a deep dive. I mean, I'll see what I can do.
350, dog.
Oh my God.
But I remember at that point, like Mike Hamilton Sr. in chat had said something like, "Yeah, well, we're trying to bring in this tag team," and that completely turned the conversation. But I did mention, maybe I'll watch it back when I have time, 6 weeks from now. But I did mention that and was just like, hmm, hmm, and then it kind of like went another direction. But anyway, and I didn't know 100% at that point, but I'm
Oh, dude,
just
I was
saying.
shocked. I was honestly surprised that at the end of that match, Hybrid came out, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? Seriously? High Fashion's going Hybrid?" And so, I mean, I know we already covered the match earlier, so I could talk about
Hybrid
it.
fashion.
I okay, one tag, sure, but then later that night, Sam and Mother,
Spoiler alert.
like, well, we already covered it. We
They were
already
just
did
here for
it.
2 hours.
We already did it. It was the first match we broke down.
And I'm
Dude,
skipping that, by the way.
that yeah,
Sam already did
absolutely.
it.
Yeah,
Sam
no,
already did
but no, I was so
it.
pissed, man, when I was like, okay, you guys didn't have any tag teams. Now you have two tag teams. You've got four new singles competitors, but you've got two new tag teams. Like, are you effing kidding me?
Yeah. Well, there's some shuffling around to do. You got to see who works with who as far as chemistry goes, and if you don't have any matches, you got to take from the talent
Yo,
pool.
what Hybrid needs is some titles because they only have one.
Two,
Oh yeah, Mia Friday.
three.
What's the two? JP's the Hybrid. J George is the Spo. The women's is Mia. Hybrid only has two belts.
Hardcore.
The hardcore. Oh yeah, that's right. Jess Moss lost that. Jess, what is wrong with you? Do
She
better.
she she specifically DM'd me and like asked that I talk about that, so we will get there.
Okay.
Um,
Do better.
yeah,
Freaking
because I
loser.
specifically remember the very end of the broadcast, and it was Declan saying, "I'm never showing up to this hole without a
And
championship again."
there's no D on the end. It's not land. It's not like there's a land of Dex. It's
Parrot does the
Declan.
same thing.
There is no D in Declan. Know your team.
It's a home improvement store.
Uh?
Our next match was a singles match featuring Big Red, Ryan Redfield versus Dave Reed. And the crowd was great. Big Red, Dave Reed, Big Red, Dave
Little
Reed.
Red.
He was in the back.
I know, but like the week before, Hamlet called him Little Red, so I'm surprised they didn't like tackle that on.
Oh, I thought you meant Ginger.
Oh.
Early on, Big Red and Reed grapple to a stalemate. They escalate to running grapples and counters before exchanging strikes. The first big move comes as Reed ducks a punch and hits a German suplex. Then Reed hits a diving clothesline for a 2 count. Moments later, Big Red lands a series of chops, then a shoulder tackle for a 2. Big Red sets up for a discus decapitation, but Reed dodges and applies a waistlock. Big Red counters into a Saito suplex, then hits a running senton for a 2. Reed dodges the discus decapitator and lands a savate kick. Reed lands a second rope headbutt and covers for a 2. Reed charges in for a spear, but Big Red counters into a sunset flip for a 2. Moments later, Big Red lands a brainbuster followed by the discus decapitator for the 3 count. Ryan Redfield defeats Dave Reed by pinfall. After the match, they show respect.
As they should, considering they were just tag teammates a week ago, or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when that was. No, I mean Dave Reed's been showing up, shelling out, man. This dude's a beast, and he definitely met his competition with Big Red, Ryan Redfield. I'm a fan of Big Red. He's got a lot of passion. You can tell
I'd
he
like
really
the
loves
fight
it.
that
Yeah.
both of these guys show. I don't know that either of them have that killer instinct, but these guys can both go.
And Ryan Redfield's called me out before for saying I've said he doesn't have that
I
bite,
remember
that
that.
he's missing that bark. And listen, week after week we've still seen him go out there and throw down. This dude is a hell of a competitor, but I still feel like he's missing some extra fire. Like there's a little fire that's missing from him that would just push him so much further and so much faster and become a true dominating force. I don't know what it is, but I
I would
know
love to see him find it because he would be a nice addition to Team Hybrid.
Oh, shut up!
As is, like,
I need access to these memes because the Shut Up BJ needs to play right now.
Here we go. I got you.
Stop trying to
Shut up, BJ!
stop trying to recruit for hybrid.
What do you mean recruit?
You always say, you know what, these guys, as long as they keep up their potential and work hard, then one day they could probably find themselves on Team Hybrid.
That's the standard that you have to set for yourself. It's not enough to be like, I'm going to go to the PWSA and go to class, and maybe this Friday I'll have a match. No. You need to take that match, win it, decapitate your opponent, and then fight someone in the crowd. And maybe then Hybrid, you'll be on Hybrid's radar.
I mean, the last
So I
person
exaggerated a little bit, but you get the idea.
Okay.
This was not the best match of the night, but my favorite.
It was fun. It was a good match. It was a strongman competition.
Oh, no, the next one.
Oh.
I was sorry, I was abruptly
You didn't make
moving
your
on.
usual segue, so I wasn't sure if we were.
Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just move on.
Oh, all right. Well, here we go. This next match wasn't
Never know what you're going to get.
Wasn't entirely entertaining to BJ drinks beers.
No, I'm not saying that. No. Reed and Red was a really good match. It was a good.
No, I'm talking about the next one. The way you introduced the next one.
Oh,
you said it wasn't your favorite.
No. I said it wasn't the match of the night, but it was my favorite match of the night.
Oh.
Next,
please.
We have a hard. Okay, I'm not going to wait. We have a Hardcore Rules singles match for the SPO Hardcore Championship featuring challenger Original MF with Cowboy Pete Carter versus champion Billboard Billy Gold, who Tommy Biz affectionately called I forget what he called him, but it was pretty offensive.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It's like Redneck Billy Gold or something like that.
Oh, I think he always calls him Hillbilly Billy Gold or something.
There's something along those lines, but
yeah.
That's not exactly. Anyway.
Redneck Hillbilly Gold or something like that.
Both competitors start the match with chairs. They both decide to wedge their chairs between the ropes in their respective corners. As they are about to tie up, MF rakes, scrolling, Gold's eyes and delivers a chop. Gold then takes MF down with a chop of his own. Gold hits a back elbow, then a big boot, and lands a pair of chops in the corner. Gold whips MF into the corner, but MF avoids running into the chair. MF avoids Gold's charge, ducks a clothesline, then avoids a chop, causing Gold to chop the chair. MF slams Gold's hand into the chair, then continues to work over Gold's hand. MF attempts a drop toe hold, but Gold stays on his feet. Gold scoops up MF, but MF wiggles free and rolls up Gold for a 2. MF rains down blows on Gold, but Gold shoves him halfway across the ring. MF dodges a chop in the corner and delivers one of his own. MF attempts a whip, but Gold doesn't move. After 3 or 4 more failed attempts, MF retreats to the opposite corner and attempts a flying attack from the second rope, but Gold catches him and delivers a fallaway slam. Moments later, Cowboy Pete climbs to the apron. Gold attempts to chop MF, but MF dodges, and Gold chops Cowboy Pete off the apron. Moments later, both competitors exchange chops until a low blow from MF. MF then sends Gold headfirst into the chair in the corner with a tilt-a-whirl head scissors. MF lands a claymore and then climbs to the top rope for a tadpole splash for a 2. MF attempts an apron attack, but Gold slingshots him into an Emerald Flosion for the 3 count. Billboard Billy Gold defeats original MF to retain the SPO Hardcore Championship.
That's right, MF. You little chud. To use
If
your
that
own word.
tadpole splash was a frog splash, he might have won the match.
I mean, this was an entertaining match. As was expected, the title changed hands multiple times. You know, we all knew that was going to happen.
I also stay tuned to this channel, not anytime soon, but I do have this match in its entirety that I will be posting on our YouTube channel. There's several more matches that are already like ready to be posted, but that one I just filmed in its entirety this past week, and it will be available on the channel when we get around to it.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this was a
Okay. Joe Hale, match of the night.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Impressing me. We really need to figure out what the hell he was talking about a little bit ago, but that's not an issue for right now.
I figured it out. I reread it and I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, no.
Be able to do that.
It's getting much better. Yeah, no, absolutely, Joe. MF really has been stepping up his game, proving that, you know, all he's waiting for is that 18th birthday, so this way he can start getting booked on, you know, other shows that are willing to bring him on. So
then I'm afraid we'll never see him again because he'll be on TV and like he'll be this and he'll forget where he came from and like forget about the guys that he would come on our stream and terrorize us.
He wouldn't remember us anyway. It's okay. You know, sometimes we watch birds fly away and never return home. And it's just one of those things where we have to let this pigeon go.
It's just I want the best for him. I just don't want him to forget us.
He will.
I know.
It's inevitable.
I know.
But yeah, my man Billy Gold's finally got some gold around his waist, or at least he did.
Moments later, backstage, Twitch takes out Gold with a super kick, then pins him to become the new SPO Hardcore Champion.
You left out the most important part of that, though.
What's that?
When he told Billy that he loves him before he kicked him.
I know. I wasn't going to do the HBK Flair thing. I wasn't going to let the references be what they are. Let people watch it to pick up on that. I'm just telling you what happened.
We cover it, man. We got to mention it. That was a
moment. That was a beautiful moment.
I don't like to reference anything mainstream when I do these. Especially like even like calling moves by like what the WWE guy calls.
Appreciate you, Rick.
No, that's actually
I will remember.
That's actually a thing on commentary. Like if that guy's not performing the move, you call it by its technical name.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's it. That's the way I look at things.
But no, that definitely was a moment, and I actually had that footage, and I meant to upload it, but I'm not at home. I'm on my laptop, so
hold on, Rick. Rick Blade needs one of these.
Shut up, BJ.
Fine.
Man, Rick, man, I don't know, man. I always show you respect and love. Just because I'm hybrid doesn't mean I have any less respect.
A little bit.
No, not at all.
Oh, was my mic not muted?
Hey, I give you props for showing Reaper respect and all the other hybrid guys we have on here respect. Respect goes both ways, brother.
It does. It absolutely does. And as we were talking about, Billy was the hybrid champion, and then, or not the 24/7 SPO hardcore champion. I apologize for that. Hybrid was on my mind because just so many people are leaving me. I'm just going to hybrid. But yeah, Twitch took the title. But then, I don't know if BJ has this part covered. BJ, are you with me?
I do.
Okay. This wasn't a part of the match. This was a social media thing, so I think, right? Or was it? Did they? No, it was the end of the night they put this.
It was
up.
the end of the night.
Yeah. Okay,
I actually have that footage as well. But
This is a
narratively wise, it would make sense to bring that up now.
Well, yeah.
as well as two
Well, we
other
did.
important moments that involve this title.
Yes. I wouldn't mind talking about that real quick.
Well, are you going to air the that footage with Twitch, or?
Well, I just want to pop on with my phone because it's just going to throw me on here automatically. For whatever reason, it started doing that again.
So, no footage?
Give me a moment here so I can make sure. All right. Well, if I pop on my, I am a pro wrestling school. So, what do you think's happening in the other room behind me?
I can't say it's not PG.
Pizza party.
Oh, yeah, it's an ass kicking party. I should turn the TV on in here because I'm in the locker room. That's why you can hear it all of a sudden. The office was needed for business, so.
Oh, you had to relocate.
It sounds like they're doing matches out there.
Yeah, I heard almost a 2 count.
I hear people arguing whether over it was 2 or 3.
Was Sam Adams there?
No, Sam Adams is not.
3!
So hold on, which one am I going for? What happened at the end of the show, right?
I mean, we were going to get there. Like, we just talked about the Twitch title change.
I mean, I also have the Billy one as well of what happened directly after his match. Because that's where we ended at.
That's what we're talking about.
But I was saying that we should probably combine all the hardcore segments together as one.
Okay.
That was just my suggestion. Gets us through things a little bit quicker instead of bouncing backwards to it. Because we are talking hardcore title now.
Backward. It's all chronological. We're just moving forward the whole time. Well, in the meantime, our next contest was a singles match featuring Amadeus versus Phil Winslow. Both competitors circle and tie up. They grapple until Amadeus shoves Winslow into the ropes, and Winslow takes Amadeus down with a shoulder tackle. Winslow hits a drop kick, then attempts a scoop slam, but Amadeus rakes the eyes. Moments later, Winslow hits a corner splash and attempts to stir the pot, but Amadeus counters into a spine buster. Amadeus locks in a crossface and Winslow taps. Amadeus defeats Phil Winslow by submission.
Yeah. I do have the footage uploaded now whenever you guys are ready. If you want me to play at least the Billy one at the moment.
Yeah. We'll start there. Yeah.
Okay. So what we had just talked about, and then we'll talk about the Amadeus match and stuff. But here's the footage of what happened as soon as Billboard Billy Gold comes through the curtain.
And make sure you hand over. Yes, I did it. I successfully defended my hardcore belt. The belt stays with the Billboard. I'm sorry. I love you. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3. You work for champions. Thanks for the house, Billboard.
Love the reference. My question is, how much extra does Craig get paid? Because we'll see him again later in one of these.
They should have. That initial camera cut was a little bit too early. That's all I gotta say. But it was a very interesting ending to that whole title reign segment. It gave more of a reason to understand why Twitch was there. Because I thought he was just there on commentary.
Archives is wondering if someone just said Amadeus. Yeah, very
Archive's
briefly.
theme song is Amadeus by Falco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my eyes, the greatest WrestleMania moment ever. I'm sorry, I love you. Super kick ending the WWE career of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, because we know Ric Flair
Little
would
did
wrestle
we know
again
he
in
would go on
TNA.
for another. Little did we know he'd wrestle for another 35 years.
in dog years.
Hey, I don't think we've seen Flair in his last match, and that's scary to say. Yeah.
No, because he hasn't fought Gunther yet.
True.
Oh shit.
So I already ran through the Amadeus Phil Winslow squash match. It was like 4 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all we need.
Did you guys talk about High Fashion yet? That
Yeah.
match?
Yes.
That's come and gone, yeah.
Did you talk about the promo segment that was shown as well?
Which promo segment?
With Hybrid.
Yeah, because I have that as well.
Yeah, we already covered that.
Okay.
I already ran through that.
Just making sure.
After the match, Mike Hamilton, Mike Jr., and Tommy Biz come to ringside. Biz enters and Winslow calls him out. Biz apologizes and they shake hands. As Winslow turns his back, Biz attacks. And he just kind of beats him up, and Mike Jr. kind of comes in the ring and stands over him. Fun stuff. Next, we have intermission.
Intermission.
Dude, Inter versus Mission, for some reason, is always the match of the night somehow. I don't know how, but it always is.
I always walk out of that one feeling my best. I don't know.
I can't wait for the moment that it's actually Mission versus Inter, Because this whole Inter versus Mission card is just
I'm waiting for the
overdone.
match. I'm waiting for the match to happen, and Vacant is the special referee for some reason.
Ooh.
But moving
Oh, we
on,
already did this one.
What was that? The Reaper one?
Reaper, J. George.
Yeah, we already skipping that.
Some hybrid tool bag fought another hybrid tool bag.
I will not allow such disparaging marks about the greatness of hybrid on this show.
Our penultimate contest was a hybrid rules mixed tag team match featuring Alex Rivera and Nat Castle with Mike Hamilton and Mike Jr.
Was it set for one fall?
I don't do that. Versus Tommy Grayson and Angel Orsini with Dewey.
Or was it set for one hot dog?
No, but right before this match, it was announced that hot dogs are now $1.
$1, which I'm really upset never caught on. I'm sad nobody in the Academy says $1 after I did it that one time.
I know, and I tried to start a dollar dogs chant, and like 2 people were like, "Yeah."
Well, I haven't been there all month except for like the first week of the month.
I know, man. I get interrogated every time I show up.
They all miss me. I love you guys.
They're like, you don't have that creep Pete with you, do you?
Oh, well, in that case, fuck you guys. I don't want to be there in your presence anyway.
This match starts with Castle mounting Rivera's shoulders, Angel mounting Tommy's, and we have ourselves a chicken fight. Tommy and Rivera deliver simultaneous low blows to each other as the ladies continue brawling. Moments later, Angel lands a Northern Lights suplex and bridges for a pin attempt that's broken up by Rivera. Rivera lifts Angel and holds her in place for a running clothesline from Castle for a 2 count. Rivera and Castle attempt a double suplex on Angel, but Tommy makes the save. Angel and Tommy land stereo super kicks, sending Castle out of the ring and Rivera into the corner. They wear down Rivera with running knee strikes in the corner before landing a Russian leg sweep / Yakuza kick combo. Angel covers Rivera for a 2, then Castle pulls Angel out, leaving Rivera and Tommy in the ring. Tommy works over Rivera until he's pulled out of the ring by the Hamiltons. Back in the ring moments later, Rivera works over Tommy's leg. Rivera attempts a cloverleaf, but Tommy rolls him up for a 2. Moments later, Rivera lands a Saito suplex for a 2. Rivera locks in a calf crusher variant as Angel makes it back to the ring. Castle stops her before she can break the hold and locks in an armbar. Tommy and Angel break free, and all competitors are down. As they return to their feet, they pair off by gender and exchange strikes. Moments later, Tommy and Angel land somewhat stereo Yakuza kicks. Tommy and Angel work over Rivera and Castle with strikes until Angel lands a drop kick and covers Castle for a 2. Angel sets Castle up for the Gumar's Kiss, and Tommy leg sweeps Rivera onto Castle, and they perform a Gumar's Kiss Human Centipede Boston Crab combo. The Hamiltons thankfully enter and break the hold. Dewey rushes in, but Mike Jr. tosses
Real
him
quickly,
out.
that was such a damn weird move, man. I'm not going to lie. I was watching, I was like, what the F am I watching right now?
What, did you've never seen a Gumar's Kiss Human Centipede Boston
No, get out of here. What the F was that?
And I will say this: I'd never seen that combination of 2 moves before, so at least it was something that we never seen before.
Well, 3. Well, 2 moves and an idea.
I was just surprised it wasn't the rusty trombone with the devil's
Oh,
kiss.
that comes into play later.
Yeah.
I don't think the rusty trombone would work as a devil's kiss. Like, there's no way to properly get that form in there because he's locked the neck in.
As
So
all
then it's
competitors,
He just froze like, "Gah, gah."
as all competitors return to their feet, Castle hits Tommy with a German suplex. Then Angel, then Angel.
And make sure you hand over.
Oh,
What was that? Rivera takes out Angel with a spinning back fist, and Tommy hits a twist of fate on Rivera, followed by knees in the corner and a Yakuza kick for a 2 count. Tommy locks in the rusty trombone, but Castle makes the save. Angel pulls Castle out of the ring, and Rivera covers for a 2. The ladies brawl to the locker room, and Dewey gives Tommy his bat. Tommy charges, but Rivera ducks and locks in the cloverleaf. With no one to help him, Tommy taps out. Alex Rivera and Net Castle defeat Angel Orsini and Tommy Grayson by submission.
as it should be. Team Hybrid coming out on top.
I mean, I have
Yeah,
no
exactly.
comments on this match considering who was representing. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you are a Rivera mark, so, you know, I'm surprised.
Oh yeah, you know it. I just love me some Alex Rivera. It was a good match. You know, we had a little singles or a tag team intergender competition going on, but you know, I do stand with Sam and Mother on this. Where are their chances? Where are their shots at intergender tag matches? They've been asking for it for a long time.
They don't want intergender. They want just tag.
They want anybody. They are willing to take on any competitor, regardless of gender. That's you know how diverse and diabolical they are. They're willing to take on Hades himself.
I thought you were going to say woke for some reason.
They're so woke.
Oh,
Oh,
Nat
absolutely.
Castle has been absolutely killing it.
100%.
And she's in amazing shape. She's
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
put in work if you pay attention to her Instagram.
She's been really, showing up and shelling out, which is what we want to see from anybody that steps into that arena, regardless of their affiliation. You know what I mean? It's all about, putting in that work and showing that you're worthy of being a one-day champion. Because I'm sure that Nat Castle could easily take either that hybrids women's, that PW or SPO title, one of the three,
Yeah, no doubt.
if not all three. But we'll see what the future brings.
Before our main event, PWU World Champion Pat Dynamite makes his way to the ring. But before he gets there, he's attacked by someone we haven't seen yet at the PWSA. I believe his name was Vinny Tolada.
Is that who that was? Because I had zero idea who this guy was that came
I
running into the
think
ring.
I heard Clockshaw say or not Clockshaw. It was McCoy later.
Okay.
But anyway, I refer to him as Mystery Man from here on in. He chokes Dynamite in the corner and gets on the mic. He says he's making a statement and lifts Dynamite for a slam, but Billboard Bill Gold makes the save. Gold and Mystery Man brawl until Griffin McCoy comes to the ring and attacks Gold. Dynamite rejoins the fight, but McCoy and Mystery Man destroy them both. McCoy gets on the mic and says a lot of nothing. It's like 3 minutes of, I'm a top guy. Everywhere I go, every country I've been in their language, they call me top guy. It was literally like just,
That
yeah.
may or may not have been my, all right, take a
Go
break.
ahead, former CZW champion.
Go and grab some beers, grab some food, take a bathroom, restroom break, like that. This was that segment for me.
Yeah. I was just like, oh, this will be short, so I stood in place. And I was like, this is way longer than I needed it to be, and went and stepped outside, high-fived a couple of people. Yeah, no, I get it. I get like, that they're building to this Pat Dynamite, Griffin McCoy feud. Now they're adding to it. I just, I don't know. I'm like super uninterested.
Yeah, I feel you.
And, nothing against any of the competitors involved.
What match are we talking about here? I had
we're
some
talking
technical
about-
difficulties.
We're talking about the promo between
The segment.
the segment with Dynamite, Griffin, and Mysterious Man.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, save it for the SPO shows. Like, this was a hybrid show, and
that was Vinny Tolada.
I have no idea who that is.
We saw
Griffin
him at
said
the
that
Harris
some point.
shows, teaming with Miami Mike,
Oh,
and they were managed by Lavari.
Oh,
Angel
wow.
Metro slapped one of them.
Yeah, okay. Jeez.
Prime, no.
Prime off
Game
works?
time. Showtime, no. Oh my god, no, like Tara, I totally forgot what they were called like months ago on a show, and Tara was in the chat and was like, oh, that's blah blah blah. It's not gonna come to me.
I mean, there's Showtime Rich Moya, but
That's
a totally different guy.
No. Their tag team. It was.
Oh. Well,
it's gonna
I'm sure
bother
it'll
me.
come back up in some form. So yeah, we had this
The
Pat
post
Dynamite
game.
situation. Post game.
Post game. That's it. Yeah. Post game.
Oh no.
Will be interesting to see what happens from here if you are intrigued by any of this, but Honestly, I'm just kind of sick of the whole Pat Dynamite thing.
It just seems like, I love him as champion. I think he's a great champion, but outside guy, even though Griffin McCoy is somebody who I first saw through SPO.
Mhm.
So let's not get
Even
that
though
wrong.
he was established by that point, but our first exposure to him was
Yes.
through SP.
How is it that he just comes in, gets a title shot, loses that match? Or, well, I'm sorry, it was a draw. So there's something to say that a rematch should happen. But why, again, as I came in, why is this happening on Hybrid?
Right.
Why are they
Yeah.
coming out at this moment? Why is it happening the way that it's happening?
Especially when it's a hybrid show. Like, I thought that was fully booked by the Hamiltons. I didn't think that any other booking agency had that ability to, plug this moment into that.
I mean, I'm just saying, when the Hamiltons book shows, they bring in big names. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
this was a hybrid show, though. This was a Hamilton show.
that's what I was saying earlier. Like, you would expect. Sorry, I can't clear my throat right now.
But no, it did just feel like a weird moment overall, just for it being on the Hybrid show.
Yeah.
You know,
Simultaneous. Go ahead, you do it. All right, I'll do it.
But
I
it was
I have
advertised as hybrid jump the shark, so how was it not a hybrid show? But it's been up there for over a month. Like, this stuff was advertised when they put their calendar up at the beginning of August.
look, listen. This will be spoken about at a later time.
Hey, listen, when I see something that's labeled as such, I expect as such. It's just like when I go to a supermarket. If I buy, Capri Sun, I'm expecting Capri Sun, not Hawaiian Punch.
Because you trust the people who print that label on the package.
Well, I would expect it to be held up to that quality standard. Jay George. Yeah, I saw him gallivanting with the Room's Tommy over the weekend.
But like we were saying, it was just weird. A lot of things about this show was kind of geared toward that. Like it felt like a SPO show with the hybrid label on it.
Exactly.
So then, what do we got for the main event? That was JP, right?
I think I got my throat cleared.
I feel like we've covered that to the tips of the world.
Our main
Also
event.
true, just real quick, what Archive said.
What? But, like, politics always happens. Like, that is what interaction is amongst a business. It's all politics, no matter what business you are.
But if you're not behind the curtain, there's a lot you don't know.
It's fine, and I'm allowed to speculate on it.
Oh, yes, please. Feel free to. That's what our job is.
Our main event was a singles match for the Hybrid World Championship featuring champion JP Grayson with discount Dewey Donovan versus the grimy bastard Declan Grant with the Enterprise Stife. The early portions of this match saw both competitors grappling back and forth. The grappling escalates to strikes before JP lands a facebuster. JP sends Grant out of the ring with a clothesline and then hits a dive through the ropes. JP works over Grant on the outside and holds him so half the crowd gets chops in. Eventually, both competitors return to the ring. Grant hits a vertical suplex and leaves the ring. He searches under the ring and emerges with a plunger. JP lands a basement drop kick and grabs the plunger. He plunges Grant, and then Grant hits a low blow. Grant tosses a chair into the ring and hits JP with a toy shark. Moments later, back in the ring, Grant hits a back elbow for a 2. He climbs to the top and lands a frog splash for another 2. Stife jumps to the apron and restrains JP while Grant sets up a chair. Grant swings on JP, but JP ducks and Grant connects with Stife. JP sends Grant into the chair with a drop toe hold, then drop kicks the chair. JP lands a pair of chair shots, then DDTs Grant onto the chair and covers for a 2. Grant then picks up JP for a TKO onto the chair for another 2 count, or for a 2 count. At this point, J. George makes his way to ringside. Dewey jumps to the apron and yells at Grant. JP ducks a chair shot that may have been intended for Dewey and lands a Yakuza kick, knocking the chair into Grant. JP then hits a frog splash onto the chair that is on top of Grant. JP sets up in the corner, but J. George grabs at his leg, distracting him long enough for Grant to land a chair shot across his back. Grant hits a blue thunder bomb for a 2. J. George enters the ring with JP's Tag Team Championship belt. Grant restrains JP and J. George swings the belt, but JP evades and J. George hits Grant. JP clears out J. George with a Yakuza kick, then lands a drop toe hold on Grant, sending him into the belt. JP locks in an STF and Declan Grant taps out. JP Grayson defeats Declan Grant to retain the Hybrid World Championship. After the match, Mike Hamilton and J. George. Oh, sorry, I skipped a line. Mike Hamilton and Tommy Biz come to ringside and stare down JP as J. George grabs a mic but doesn't say anything and just leaves. Everyone leaves with no further incident.
Yeah, it was a pretty clean exit, and that's what we want to see from a match. No chaos, no cavalcade, no ensuing chaos that goes through and breaks things all apart. You know, just a good, clean setup end of the night. There we go. Boom.
Just a couple things real quick. The last couple weeks, JP winning with submission holds, adding to his game. I hate to give the man any type of credit because he holds our prestigious Hybrid World Championship and just giving it a dirty name at the moment.
On his own.
What hold has he been doing?
The STF. He's added that to his repertoire.
Yeah. Who first initially utilized that move to dethrone him from his championship?
Well, Pat Dynamite used a crossface.
Crossface. Pat Dynamite used the crossface, not the STF. STF is a drop. Yeah, it's a drop toe hold, and you just have the drop toe hold locked in, and you're pulling back. Where the crossface, your arm is also locked, pulled back, and you're pulling the head up. So one works the shoulder and neck, and one's more just the neck.
Oh, okay.
Think of the comparison between a John Cena submission finish and a Chris Benoit submission finish.
Okay. I mean, there's not really there is definitely a.
Ooh, I'm sorry. I'd say Chris Benoit.
What's wrong with
We're
that?
allowed to say that.
Yeah, he was a wrestler. Yeah, I mean, granted, he's got a damned legacy, but he was a wrestler. One of the best in his game.
Bingo.
There go our chances of ever being sponsored by WWE. I don't want that.
Why? We would just get future endeavored 6 months later because we wouldn't want their low ball contract.
I don't want that
Riyadh
Riyadh
we've
money.
got nothing for you.
I don't want that Riyadh money.
No, they would release us, but they would release us before the Riyadh show, so they wouldn't have to pay us the big money.
I don't want that Riyadh money anyway. Keep your blood money.
But no, honestly, it's very interesting to see not Declan losing per se, but that wins come to some of these matches. We've seen a couple submission losses for somebody I typically don't think of, somebody who would tap out.
Now, love Declan, but remember what I've always said about him. You lock him in a hold, he's tapping.
I've never heard you say that, but that's valid.
Yeah, I've never heard him say that either. So
listen, it was like our first couple shows. The first show was uneffing necessary.
number one, Eddie Kozlov, the referee, who I absolutely respect. His hand never hit that mat to tap. He just called for the bell because he was trying to shake the tacks out of his hand. So let's make that clear, number one.
And then the following show, he tapped again. I think it was to Pat Dynamite. I could be wrong. But he did tap again the following show, and I said that when we did our review show, it was the first casino show. When we did, I don't remember who his opponent was, but when we did our review, I was like, Declan seems like he's an easy tap. Lock him in a hold and he taps.
Well, I mean, we can kind of segue. I don't know if we want to talk more about this match, but we can segue into the conclusion of the card because it kind of does work.
Yeah,
with
so
what we're talking about.
Don't rush me. We're just over 3 hours, okay?
There's something I just want to get to the viral IG videos that are currently amassed 22,000 views combined.
What's that?
The
two videos that we'll talk about
after I show this clip.
Oh yeah. Backward balls, baby.
Yeah. Yep. Tapped out. New winner. New hardcore champ right here.
I ain't never showing back up to this shit show without a belt again. By the way, you could have these back. Later, bud.
If I'm to understand that was filmed live, his shirt was literally sitting under the turnbuckle, and I was looking at his shirt while I was watching that. So he must either have a duffel bag full of the same shirt.
Probably.
I wouldn't put it past him.
No, not one bit. He's grimy for a reason.
That is how the show completely ended this week, was with that moment. And then we get 2 more videos of title changes this week. Being one, his wife suffocating him with a pillow, and the cat just sitting.
Jess Moss, let's give it credit. Infamous Jess Moss snuck down the stairs while Declan was sleeping and strangled his ass with a pillow, doing what many wish they could do and becoming the new hardcore champion, the first official SPO women's hardcore champion.
Yeah. Now, what's even
Joe
more
Hale, he clearly has a duffel bag full of the same shirt. I get it.
So what I enjoyed more was the second video, where we see Declan sneaking up with the sheet pan, hits her, and then goes looking for the belt. And tell me if I'm wrong, but why the fuck was the belt in the oven? We're talking hardcore here, so the F-bomb applies.
Yeah.
Well, if you're not using the oven and it's not turned on, it's a perfect hiding place. No one would think to look there.
I've heard from Jess Moss herself, and she has said the reason why it was in the oven was because it was the only place that he would never look, since Declan doesn't know how to cook.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. Thank you for
Wouldn't that be the first place someone would look if they're like, where would this person think I would not look?
I don't know if I would necessarily look for a championship in the oven as my first guess.
Yeah,
sooner than I would between the mattress.
Yeah, I'd go either closet, mattress, trunk,
but
maybe a
microwave and oven
are
first on my list.
But let me just say that, those 2 clips have amassed close to 22,000 views on Instagram.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I'm glad I shared one. I shared both.
But yeah, Declan has now back the hardcore championship, so he keeps his word that he will not show up to this shit show without a title, in his words.
Let's
And
go
he's
forward.
got his muscle made for him, or whatever the hell I'm trying to say. I can't think now. Words are just not things. He's got his work cut out for him. That's what I was looking for. Jeez.
I agree with
3.5 beers. I need another one. I'll be right back.
3.5.
So since we've talked about that, I'd actually
3,
like to
1.
16 ounce. Yeah.
I
Sorry.
would like to talk about Juggalo Championship Wrestling and their events they held at the Gathering this past week. So
I know almost nothing about this, so I'm excited to hear this.
but the JCW Lunacy episode on Thursday was good, even though it was later in the night than the normal airing time, which is 7 p.m. Thursday nights, East Coast time. I see it. Oh my God, that would be great. Oh, I hate how great that would be. But
I don't know if Joe Hale's referencing the same thing, but he might be talking about JCW. I don't know.
They were both fun shows. I mean, Bloody May ended how I figured. They brought back the whole Juggalo World Order thing, so they've been doing a lot of that stuff with storylines. Because Big Vito had his group, all that came together. What they call Gore Games was basically a Survivor Series style match with weapons hung around the ring. It was very fun. The only thing I really didn't enjoy was the tag team championship match, because it was a rare instance of something that made no sense to me, which was, well, one half of the tag team champions, Choppa City, I believe they're called. One guy was going in to break up a pinfall of his partner being pinned, and the referee was just stopping it, taking on the outbreak.
What do you mean just stopping it?
Like the referee was stopping his partner from coming in and breaking up the pinfall instead of counting to 3.
I guess the ref thought that if he would have counted the 3, dude would have just came in and broken it up anyway. So he might as well.
So then you just let it be broken up. You don't stop him, because it led to a finish of them kind of being robbed from the belts.
That just sounds like an inexperienced ref or a very poorly written gimmick by Vince Russo. Oh, wait.
But overall, I really did enjoy the shows. They were a lot of fun to watch. It kind of brought me flashbacks of being at the Gathering last year for the 2-day war, which I really enjoyed as well. ICP usually puts on great wrestling shows. You know, Hokane and Danny Moe was a fun match as well, with Barnabas at ringside for that. Just overall a great show. I thought they did a great presentation. I just wish it hadn't been on at 2 a.m. so I could have watched it live. Well, it was in Missouri at Max Creek which was the location of the Gathering this year.
For some reason, I thought it always happened in Ohio, because that's where you went last year, right?
They did Ohio for like it was too, from what I heard, it was just too expensive for them to go back. But that's all I really had to talk about from just other stuff I watched throughout. Oh, also, I think I talked about it at the beginning of the show. Mia Friday retaining her title in Booker T's promotion against Ruthie J in a match that was less than 5 minutes. She destroyed the 5-star athlete Ruthie J in that match, man.
Joe Hale, that happened last year. That was last year. Is that happening again? They're doing that again?
Well, Nick Gage and Brett Lauderdale and some of the other stars were at the Gathering.
I saw a video of Nick Gage walking out of the
Vince
JCW
Russo's
office.
office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick
So
Gage,
I don't know.
who's scheduled to make his PWSA debut very soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why. Not the comment, not what you
Oh
were
damn! I was
saying.
gonna say,
Right.
bro. Way to speak about
That's
your
kind of
school.
like when Joe Hill made me tell Dr. Redacted that we don't want him to come back.
I don't know, man, but yours was actually in front of.
Yeah, no, Redacted was like, "What?" I was talking to him, not you.
Don't ever come back.
But yeah, before we get into, I did just show the graphic for it because you mentioned it, but just real quick, let's talk about this Friday.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And one match we've already kind of talked about. JJ Smith defending that Traveling Skywalker Championship against Sam Reaper, one of the
PG,
newest
you had
members
gone.
of Hybrid.
You would gone off the air, but what's your take on this? We have a guy who represents SPO, but nobody likes. And we have a guy who everybody loves who is now Team Hybrid. Who is the crowd behind?
Honestly, I think they're behind Reaper.
I agree.
And I'm not saying that just as a member of Hybrid. I'm just giving my 100% honest answer, regardless of what regardless of how I feel about certain situations. I do speak my mind, but I tend to try to do my best to call things down the middle. No disrespect to JJ Smith, who has been an incredible fighting champion.
Yeah, personally, I love JJ Smith, but Reaper's the better man in this case.
Yeah, I agree with that. I expect Sam Reaper to walk out with that title.
Stretch Armstrong.
He loves his Stretch Armstrong.
And I think it's his time. He's earned this opportunity.
Oh, absolutely.
And if anything, we saw what he did against Jay George this past week. Like, regardless of the situation of them coming into the fold, like, they still went out there and fought each other.
I think he has what it takes to win the title. I don't know if he has what it takes to retain the title. Like, in terms of like Sam, I think he could easily win this match. But versus the next competitor,
we'll see.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure if Sam can sustain.
I mean, let's be honest. There's a number one contenders match for this championship this Friday that we're going to talk about. But if I've learned anything about Sam Reaper matches and the disrespectful booking of them, is that they'll always put the numbers against him. Calling it how I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is going to be the first person on Reaper's checklist.
We'll see. Reaper's checklist.
Did you say it? And I just want to go.
Oh yeah, it does have a good cadence on that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Reaper's checklist.
Next match.
Oh my God.
John Henderson is the special guest referee of going up against or refereeing Pitbull Gary Wolf versus Jimmy Lloyd.
This is crazy.
Misspelling on the graphic. Wolf spells his name with 2 F's, I believe.
Ho, 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 ho!
I could be wrong about that. Or it might be an E at the end, but I'm pretty sure it's not just WOLF.
Looks like I'm not in the category alone.
This match has no business being on an SPO show, but I am all for it.
I was surprised to see. I figured this would have been like
I just went
show.
on his official Instagram. It's 1F.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of Caleb Wolf.
Yeah, Caleb Wolf does 2 Fs.
I know that. Maybe that's where I got confused. Yeah, Jimmy Lloyd is a great wrestler. I see him everywhere I go. I saw him at both Wildwood shows I went to, both ISPW shows, just hanging out. Same with Henderson. I have seen him wrestle once, and that was his mixed tag match against Declan Grant and Jess Moss. Or no, he was teaming with Jess Moss.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it was Jimmy Lloyd and Jess Moss against Declan Grant and Someone.
No, it was Billy Gold was in that match. I think it was Billy Gold and Jess versus Jimmy and
Oh yeah.
I can't
Declan
remember.
was just talking about it when we had him on that one time.
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah.
who Jimmy teamed up with.
Regardless, I've seen him wrestle once. I've seen him around so many times. I know he is very established in GCW and so on. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing him take on an ECW original. And like a legit ECW original, not like Angel Orsini who was there for a cup of coffee and claims to be hardcore.
Oh, damn. Jesus Christ, PJ.
I get sick of hearing that.
That was fucking savage, my guy. Woo!
Yeah, you were there. So was Johnny Cashmere, but you don't hear him talking about it.
Yeah. We don't hear a lot from Johnny Cashmere.
You don't hear anything from him anymore.
Moving on.
Is going to be
for the
insane.
Hardcore Championship. Declan Grant defending against Mickey Knuckles.
This is not the first time that these two have seen, competition amongst each other. We saw them duke it out in Vegas back in April.
Yeah.
You mean that Jerry Springer episode press conference?
No, I mean the match itself.
Yeah.
Well, that was like a 1 million person scramble that Declan had to get through to retain his Silver Skywalker Championship at the time.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
But this should be pretty interesting, for a split second, over the weekend, I thought we were going to have Jess Moss, as the hardcore champion, but Declan quickly laid claim to that title again, and now he is back on track to take on Mickey Knuckles this Friday, which is going to be great to see her back in the Pro Wrestling Star Academy. Wish I could be there for it, but hey, I'll be tuned in.
Coming up next for us to talk about Cosmic and Dreadnought versus Beetle and CJ Yost.
CJ Yost, Hybrid Security.
Is that who that guy is?
I believe so, right?
Yeah, he looks like it. Yeah. I've seen of these four on the screen, the only one who I've seen and kind of been digging was Cosmic.
Same.
She's a badass. She gives 0 Fs, and I can't wait to see what she brings to the ring next. So hopefully this is a good tag match. Sam and Mother definitely should have been in either position, but
no.
Sam
I
and
Mother
agree
don't
with
want
that.
mixed tags. Sam and Mother don't want mixed tags.
Yeah, they do.
They just
they
want
were
tag team.
complaining about. They were on the stream complaining about the fact that this intergender tag match got signed up, and they weren't even thought of for it. So they literally brought this up.
They
They want any
tags,
tag
but
team.
they want tag team matches that matter, not some thrown together nonsense.
I'm just saying, to this period, they want to be a tag team, whether it's this, whether they're wrestling two guys, whatever. They want tag team competition. Yeah, I really don't know what to say about this match personally. We've seen Beetle once. Cosmic, we know what we're going to get. Everybody else is kind of a mystery.
CJ Yost, is that the Hybrid Security guy, though?
I'm not sure.
I think it is.
Oh,
Now,
wow. So the
here's
Maxies are finally putting up their titles.
Who you got in this one, Pete?
Wait, don't they spell it with a Z?
Yes.
I'm gonna go no contest on this one because I don't like I don't like either team. I'm not picking Alex Stife, I'm not picking Backseat. So, I'm no.
Are you picking a no contest?
I'm picking a no contest because I have 0 chips in this game.
You know what? I respect the pick of a no contest.
Of course you do. Yeah, archive. That was like 6 hours ago.
What was it, another Amadeus comment?
No.
No.
I'm on large screen, so
We're not putting it up.
they did go there because I'm right. Oh, Joe, you know what? You're just a hybrid hoe. Get out of here.
Well,
all of a sudden, it's
speaking of hybrid, Skull and Bones defending those SPO Tag Team Championships against 2 more new members of Hybrid in High Fashion.
Listen, High Fashion is a phenomenal tag team. However, Skull and Bones are way more cohesive, man. They're just a lot. Their move sets, like High Fashion, they flow together really great. They really know each other's style, but there's a different level to Skull and Bones. Like they've been able to hang with some of the toughest tag teams in the entire division, and I think they're retaining these titles. I don't see High Fashion dethroning them from this. And this isn't a PW versus hybrid thing. This is a like just skills versus skills. And I think Skull and Bones easily have this.
It's
I
funny
think
that
you're
you see.
sweet.
It's funny that you see cohesion because all I see is Hamlet standing there and like being like, "Bones, what the hell are you doing?" Okay, like Hamlet has no control over Bones. It's not cohesion.
Yeah, he
Bones just
does.
does what he wants. You know what
A
I mean?
lot of
It's
control over. And plus, also, Bones is
half
like.
the time he doesn't. Half the time, Bones is nowhere near where he wants him to be, and he's setting up for something. You know, like I don't know. They don't seem like they really have it together. It seems like a tag team out of convenience.
I disagree with you. Control Chaos isn't even going to be there.
Yeah, they're scheduled to appear.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, hey. Anything can happen, I guess.
Yeah. Moving on. Devlin Ridley versus Sam Adams.
Ridley all day.
This is going to be a great match. And I definitely think Ridley has what it takes, but I don't know if he's going to be able to defeat the sneakiness of Sam Adams.
I'll tell you what, if he does, I mean, he already has hybrid eyes on him. If he wins this match, I mean, there could be an offer made.
DG, play it.
Play it. What am I playing?
I got it.
Shut up, BJ!
Roll that beautiful "Shut Up, BJ" footage.
Every time he tries to recruit for hybrid, that just needs to be played. I don't have controls of the background, so I can't play it.
You know, I'm going to be honest. I'm really hoping for a Devlin Ridley win here.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I feel like Devlin needs a win. It's been a while since he's picked up a W at the PWSA. And
Well, we've seen him in scramble matches and tagged with a guy he's never been in a match with together. I'm sure
the last,
they may have
was the
trained
last
together.
singles match him and Face?
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise it's been scrambles.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oof.
This brings us back to these multi-man matches that just really don't mean anything anymore. Besides the one we're about to talk about right now,
I like
that has at least something on the line for once.
Yeah.
I bet they'll add like 3 people to this match, though.
Hold on. Sam Adams is actually a member of MLW. Just to throw that out there. He brought that up during our interview with him on this channel.
But he's not a wrestler in MLW.
He wrestles for them. He does wrestle for them.
Does he?
He just mostly does backstage stuff.
Okay.
So, who do you feel comes out of this match as number 1 contender?
It really doesn't matter.
I'm rooting Red. I think Redfield has what it takes. I mean,
and there's your double F Wolf right there.
There it is. Yeah, I think Redfield picks up the W. Granted, a lot of strong competition in this match, especially, Caleb Wolf. We've seen what he can do. He's bringing some little fire to the table. I don't think we've seen him fully unleashed yet. Coleman, we've seen him throw down time after time. But once again, the problem is that Coleman's kind of missing this extra zing. I don't know when the last time he picked up a W was, but I feel like he's another one who needs a win. And Dave Reed, he's been a newcomer to the academy, but he's been showing his power, his force. But we saw Ryan Redfield defeat him once. So I think Redfield's got the W on this whole competition. And we see Reaper's checklist with
That's a
Ryan
name on it.
Redfield. That is a name on there.
I'm going to be honest. I have no argument with your pick, but just a gut instinct for me to say is don't sleep on Ezra Coleman. I think that he can somehow come out of this with, if we were talking about a one-on-one match, and say it was Redfield and Coleman, but I think with the multi-man aspect, like the advantage Redfield would have is almost nullified because there's so many other guys. And you also have Dave Reed in the match who kind of balances out that side. Caleb Wolf, he's not a little guy himself. But
I feel like of the four, he's definitely at the bottom totem. I don't feel
no. But I don't feel like it's one of those situations where you would call it a sleeper pick, but it's not a sleeper pick at the same time. We're just looking at the experience overall, which should put Dave Reed or Ryan Redfield in that top spot. But yeah. I think anybody could win this match, in all honesty.
I don't agree with you, but also at the same time, I respect your decision.
You have to look at it, though, like, who's Reaper's next opponent?
And I see it being Redfield. Wolf could have that potential.
I like Coleman.
Coleman still he's missing something, man. I feel like Coleman's been picking up a lot of L's. He hasn't really been
scrambles.
Again, and what's he been stuck in recently? Multi-man matches. What have we seen most of these men in recently? Multi-man matches.
Not really. We saw them one-on-one last Friday.
No, but
before that we saw them in tag, which is a multi-man match. But
but I'm saying we're not. Yeah, but we're just not getting that true sample of what would be a one-on-one match.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a triple threat. It's a scramble. It's a tag.
Many scrambles.
A scramble is like a flight when you're at a brewery. You get a little taste of what everyone can do, but you're not getting a pint.
Yeah. So we have one more match to talk about here for Friday. For the PWU World Championship. And boy, Pat Dynamite defending against Griffin McCoy in the rematch.
100% Vinny Talata interferes.
Do you think that costs the title, or does that transfer the title?
That costs. No.
I meant does that call for a DQ, or does that transfer the title? That's what I meant to say.
No. DQ. Because there's no way Dynamite's losing this belt right now.
No. I mean, he's had it since April.
Yeah, he won it the week of Vegas.
Right before Vegas.
Express, right.
Vegas was his first title defense.
Yeah. So we've already had him as champ for almost 5 months now.
Part of me is like, I have so many ideas about what could possibly happen, and another part of me is like, do I care? There's some like PWU belt, it doesn't mean anything. It's not like it's the hybrid belt. Like,
we've seen these two fight before on multiple occasions now, 2 occasions.
2.
Do I want a 20-minute strongman match? You know, and it's like, no, I really don't. Do I want a good match? Do I like my biggest thing is there's nothing about this that has me. I'm not invested. There's nothing in here that
Especially
has me
after their
invested.
last match.
Yeah, which was a draw again.
It was a banger,
Yeah,
but I fell asleep 3 times.
like I'm just not invested.
Yeah, it was
in
a
this
it was
standing
a
up.
it was a 21-minute match.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like that's not what for a match that has really like for a rivalry that only built up steam 2 weeks ago and really hasn't like there wasn't really anything to cause for this rivalry prior to. It just feels kind of odd that it just popped up out of nowhere and we're getting all this heat, all this spotlight on it, but I'm not feeling like it's anything worthwhile to focus on.
Okay, Mr. Spo has a. Oh no, sorry. Now it's Pete the Pete.
Pete the Pete Peters.
But Pete the Pete is saying that, so I don't feel like
Triple
I'm trashing
P.
it. But I don't feel like I'm trashing it saying the same thing myself now because Mr. Spo,
Listen,
No,
would I equate? Hold on, let's say this real quick. Would I equate being a Spo fan to is being an Eagles fan? When they're riding high, I'm on board and I fly. But when they're down and out, man, do I hate them and trash talk them. So I've got my ebbs and flows with this team. I love them, but also I hate them. Because, come on, guys, you got to do better. You got to unite. You clearly have not united against this hybrid front. You're too busy focused on other talents, other things, other stuff going on.
No, not other
losing
things.
talent.
Not other things. They've been focusing on themselves.
Valid. You know what I mean? And that's just where it boils down to. I love Team Spo. Those are my guys. Those are who brought me on. Those are the ones I started watching the shows with. But man, have they been letting me down lately. But I'm not enough to jump teams. But they've let me down. I'm not going to become a Jets fan just because, the Eagles let me down.
If you would become a Jets fan, I'd fire you from this channel.
I don't watch sports. I just used it as an analogy.
That's a bad analogy. I would have gone with Patriots over Jets.
Yeah,
right. No, I don't watch sports. I don't care. I'm just using it as an analogy.
I know, and that's why I'm not coming down too hard on you for this. You already did really good with the Eagles fan analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I agree with that. I can agree with you 100% in the situation.
You still admits it on air.
I'm loyal to my team, but I'm also one of the realest Cowboy fans you'll ever meet because I'm not the one running around. Oh, it's our year. It's our year. It's our year. No, we're going to suck. This year, I don't know. I think we're going to be a playoff team this year. Will we win the division? We'll see. But the Cowboys have been very quiet this offseason. But back to why we're here. In the end, I'm going to be honest. This match, just like with you guys, it interests me, but it interests me more as a match to happen in the middle of the card as compared to a main event.
Yes, exactly. This should not be a main event.
Just for me. I don't know if this is the main event.
It's going to be. It's the PWU Heavyweight Championship.
But also, as we showed not long ago, Controlled Chaos will be appearing.
I'd be more interested in the main event with them just coming out to the ring and waving to people.
Very rare
would be a better main event.
Yeah, that Dewey is announced to appear live. He usually just shows up.
The power drill.
That
was a go back. Hold on, go back. That was a super old promo pic. He's 20 years younger in that.
He has hair,
and it's brown. Yeah, that picture is super old. That's his old jacket.
Yeah, but it could happen still. Because
still in the hospital.
I know. No, he is not in the hospital anymore. I had confirmation of that last week, and he even actually wanted to show up and wrestle for somebody last week, and they told him no.
Okay. Well, we got like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So
Yes.
just these matches are just fire matches.
Will Little Guido show up this time?
Yeah, Lil Guido just recently did an interview with Chris Van Vliet, and I saw a clip of it just to
Christian
throw
Ross,
that
I
out
haven't seen him in a while.
Oh shit, Christian Ross is coming in. Oh damn.
there.
Okay.
I think the last time I saw him was the Key to the City ladder match.
No, he was at the
Eric.
PWSA. I forget.
Christian was?
Yeah, Christian Ross has been to the PWSA
I don't think so.
in one match. Okay, god damn it, cage match.
And this is a match: Tim Donst versus Nick Gage.
Hell yeah.
Definitely
I
a
have
match
footage,
I'm looking forward to.
but it's in a computer that died.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have like a lot of
Dun,
stuff on
dun,
it,
dun.
but I might be able to get it back.
How do you say that
Is it
guy's
up?
name?
Mark
Lil
Angel.
Duplessis.
Screw you, BJ.
Or do you mean Crazy Dave?
Yep, that's one. Now I was struggling with Declan Grant.
That's Declan Grant.
Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't read.
Louis Duplessis.
Duplessis?
Louis
Duplessis.
Duplessis.
Duplessis. Louis Duplessis.
Gulak.
But yeah, some excellent shows coming up.
Greg, excellent
also-
shows coming up.
Also, real quick, something else that just real quick want to talk about. Sideshow Pro.
You're breaking down.
Am I good now?
We can
Not
hear
yet.
you, but you're still there. You go. You're
There you
moving
go.
again.
All right. Sideshow Pro Underground Grand Prix from weekend, where I got to make my commentary.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't talk about that yet, but now you're like glitching.
You back?
I'm here.
I know you're
You
here,
guys
but
got to tell me how I sound. I have nothing here to be able to,
you're super.
because everything's
You're
fine.
glitching.
You're good for like 5 seconds, and then you go right back into the Matrix. Yeah. Sideshow Grand Prix was a pretty interesting show. I love the fact that we had our very own Danger Ginger on commentary alongside Dirty Don Montoya. And I think they did a phenomenal job as commentators. And I want to see more. I want to see them back on more casts, on more shows as the commentator team, because they were solid. They called the matches as they lay, and they're both super knowledgeable on wrestling, the moves that in play, and they know where to call back and when to get involved in. So
And,
I
and
definitely
they
want
complemented each
Ginger
other
and
well.
Don back on commentary.
Yeah, they definitely complemented each other well.
Yeah.
What happened now? Am I good?
Oh man, I just paid you like the biggest compliment, and you weren't even here for it. Yeah, you're back.
All right. So what were you guys saying now?
I was saying that I loved having you and Don on commentary. I feel like you guys, with your wrestling knowledge, you called all the matches so great, and it was the chemistry was perfect up there. Like you guys knew what you were doing, you were in your element, and I feel like it really helped get the show on and through, and like you kept the pacing really solid.
In Ryan Redfield's return to wrestling after his injury, Ryan Redfield, Christian Ross, and Jackie Tad beat Bill Avery, Cheeseburger, and Shane McCoy at the PWSA.
So
That
that
was
was
the
the
SHP.
SPH show,
That-
yeah.
Yeah.
So Christian Ross, this is his second time in the
Okay.
PWSA.
I wasn't at that SPH
But
show.
it's he hasn't
He
been
also-
seen an SPO since Key to the City.
Since
which is
Key
what
to
I
the
said.
City, yeah. I was talking about the PWSA. But yeah, he made that one appearance. Was he Team Ellsworth? No, he was Blackout. He was
Yeah,
a fill-in on Blackout.
He stood in for Blackout and Robbie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, no, he
But-
didn't stand in for Robbie. Robbie wrestled his match. Kinda.
But yeah, otherwise, I thought Sideshow was fun. It was a interesting concept. Us on commentary didn't even know who was coming out. The wrestlers didn't
Right.
know who they were wrestling until their music hit.
Honestly, for
was
a
a very
first-time commentator, I feel like that might be best because it throws you right into the fire, and you just got to go not with what you have prepared, but what you're seeing and experiencing.
Yeah, it puts everybody in that position, not just anything else there.
Nightmare for a first-time commentator, but yeah.
See you live? Yes, I am still live here.
Still live.
Who the hell
All
is this?
these-
Oh, it's
Motherfuckers. I
Devlin
can't hear you, P. I can't hear you, BJ. I love you
Ridley.
guys. Thanks for running a good show. And if someone dares to screenshot this, I'm not affiliated with these jerks from Hybrid.
Hey,
Know that.
don't be calling me a jerk.
I'll call you whatever I feel like, Ginger.
Yo, look, listen.
Collaborate and listen. Ginger's back with a brand new edition. Ginge. Bye bye. Doom.
There's no making that work.
No, not at all.
Ginge. Bye bye. Dun. It
No.
works.
Epic fail.
I said stop.
Epic
Stop.
fail.
Collaborate and listen. Ginger's.
But anyway, no, like I said, it was an honor to share the commentary booth with Don Montoya this past weekend. It was a last minute thing for me to do commentary, and I was a little nervous, but as the show went on, it was just more relying on what I've practiced here on our channel doing watch-alongs.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and I hope for another opportunity in the future.
You easily
So
should.
wherever that may be.
Hey man, what's this last video clip, the 41-second long one? What is that?
We played that already.
Oh, that's the parking lot. Okay. Yeah. I was trying to make out.
Dude, do any of you guys pay attention to the show that you are on and we are doing every week?
I don't
Way
have
to
access
delete
to
it
the
on me.
background.
But no, I was looking at it and it was so small I couldn't make out what was happening. But when you said that, I said, "Oh, okay, the parking lot."
MF, it's
MF.
past your bedtime. Go to bed. You've got
No.
school in the morning. You've got to
School
study
hasn't
for your
started yet.
SATs. You don't know
Dude.
that.
School doesn't start until Thursday, dude. He's still got to do, man. Chill.
I mean, I don't go back until 2 Tuesdays from now, so like I got a long vacation. But guess what? MF, still it's past your bedtime. You gotta go to bed early, wake up early, eat, 7 raw eggs, do the whole Rocky diet, and become the strongest that you can be because you only got 300 days left until you're gonna unleash hell upon this earth.
Raw eggs. I would imagine it's like 4 or 5 burgers, a couple steaks, maybe a salad, but that's like.
Nah, man, he's got to slim down. He's too fat. He's too fat. Slim
But
down.
yeah,
It's hard to tell with his frame.
Slim down.
just big thank you to Devin Ridley for popping on for that moment.
Devlin Ridley.
Huge thank you to Mother Endless and Sam Reaper, Day of the Dead, for coming on today. Also, just on air, I would like to say thank you to the Hamiltons for trusting me and brokering the deal to bring Day of the Dead into the fold because they also had to handle business with high fashion. So, but overall, guys, we had a great show today.
Oh, yes,
Thank you
we
to everybody in the chat for tuning
We got
in.
Speaking of the chat, one more.
Oh boy, now you're just going. Now you're just going to get tossed around like it's nothing.
Come on, man.
Right?
You need to get that weight back up. You got to put on pure muscle. Pure muscle. Pure muscle.
But yeah, otherwise, I think it is time for us to go.
Yeah, considering we're almost at that 4-hour mark, sure.
Yeah, I know.
Are you just
So-
trying to land on the same exact time we ended last week? 3:50.
That's crazy.
Well, we're not going to get there now. But until next time, I am the
By the
Danger
way-
Ginger. And that's BJ. I just kicked off. Pete.
Shut up, BJ!
Wow, BJ told himself to shut up. I'm impressed. But until next time, for myself, Pete the Wall Peters, and BJ Drinks Wrestling.
350!
We will see you next time.
Adios. Hey, it's me!
For BJ.